Alright guys, I'm just gonna level with you right now on this episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. Real fucking talk, got shit on by a bird yesterday. This isn't a joke, I actually got shit on by a bird yesterday. And that's the tone we're gonna start for this episode of the PCP.
Are you talking
Nate,
about...
Have you ever gotten
are you
shit
talking
on by a bird?
Yeah, because there was, I'm a 50s guy, and these fucking birds, these fucking dames are shitting on me. Tell me I got a small cock and a fat head.
I don't appreciate this making mockery of the fact that I had literal animal feces on me yesterday. Tom, have you ever gotten shit by a bird?
No. My car gets shit on by birds all the time because I have to park it right under the electric wire thing, the fucking high tension wire shit that's right going by the house. So it's just constantly covered in bird shit, and I can't compete. It's too much. I'm buried.
Mage, I don't know if
shit.
they even have birds, let alone shit in Lithuania. Do you even know what those two things are?
Of course we have pigeons. Who doesn't
No.
have pigeons?
No. They were all wiped out in the war.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're not pigeons, we're talking about real birds.
Guys, like, if any bird were to survive any wars, I feel pigeons would be the ones.
That's true.
That's why you wipe them out intentionally. You couldn't have them surviving.
But I had almost been shat on by a pigeon, almost. I thankfully dodged it, but like without even meaning to.
I have been literally shot on by a bird in the past. It has happened to me, and I know the trauma. I understand this pain.
Well, okay, I was actually, it was actually a very a learning experience for me. It was more informative than any trip to the museum I've ever taken, because I learned, at least in I know that both Hippo and I guess you, Nate, have both been shot on by a bird. Was it the cartoon? I imagine from watching cartoons, it would be almost sort of like a white sauce Italian like cheese sort of like splattering on me. It would be sort of like a chunky white sort of black like splattering of paint-esque material. But for me, it was an object. I something dropped in my head and it kind of bounced off, and I looked down and I thought, oh, look, what a weird looking berry. And then I looked up to see what kind of tree it was under, and then I realized I just saw a pigeon ass, and then I was like, wait a second. And I touched the back of my head, and there was like an already dry like white substance, like a white like I guess I would describe like a thin layer of. It almost felt like it was like a white off. It almost felt like it was like dried white off. That's my experience. Is this all the way it is, or is there the splatter?
I think he might have just been a sick
go on,
bird.
Mage.
I think it was just a sick bird. I don't know. That does not sound like normal.
I remember it being a little more gloopy, I guess. I don't know. If you look on, I got a bunch of bird shit on my car at the moment. It's like it's black and white shit. It's a little bit smeared, so it was like mostly hard, but with goop enough to stick it to the fucking side of the car. I guess that's what I remember it being like, more or less, more liquidy. Yeah.
I was doing fucking 50 quick catches in a row. I was getting shiny Cyndaquil. I got a 100% Cyndaquil, and I was riding high. I was euphoric. In that moment, nothing could defeat me. Nothing could even pierce my skin, let alone my bone. And then this bird, this fucking sick-ass bird came along, and he shit on me. He shit all over me.
I didn't check any of the stats in my Cyndaquil, but I did catch 4 shinies, which I will be giving away to Gib, Mage, and Michelle, because that's what I do. And then keeping the best one for myself, of course. It's good. It was good.
I'm so ready for RadCon 4 so I can get there before Hippo, so I can give you all Mr. Mimes for a cheaper price, so he'll be cut out of the satisfaction of giving you guys a Mr. Mime.
That poor man. Poor bastard. So what else is going on, people? Who's got things to bring to the table? I've got one.
Well, why don't you lead by example?
I think I will. Thanks. So where was this? Oh yeah. So here's what I want to talk about. So I recently put out a new video on the channel Best Guy Ever. Maybe you've heard of it. And it was my technically 4th, really the 3rd reel of my like Smash videos. And this one was Simon Belmont. It's called Sign of the Cross. And as I was making it for over a month, working on it basically every day for several hours, probably put 100 hours into that video. Because I had to do research, I had to play some of the games, I had to learn things and grow as a human being in order to be ready to produce this thing for the world. Also, it was just way longer than the others. I was just thinking about the concept of cost-benefit analysis for how much time I've put in. So it's already the least popular of my Smash videos, including the Isabelle one, which was a literal shitpost meme, not real video.
And Nate, I feel like your entire career could be described as meditations on cost-benefit analysis. That's really the running theme from the creation of you as a baby.
That's correct. And I here's what I've noticed. This happened to Weagawa. It happened to my like bigger editing videos, though those started off like the Gurren Lagann ones were already huge projects. And now with the Ridley videos, like the Smash Confirmed is what I'm calling them. Like the Ridley one was the shortest. Then the K. Rool one was bigger. Then the Isabelle one, I mean, it was different, but it was the longest, I guess. That one doesn't count, I guess. And now this one's over 10 minutes long, and I can't monetize it, and the fucking people who did monetize it, because I'm using a copyrighted song, put an ad in the middle of the video that interrupts the flow of the fucking video. It's a musical video. Please don't do that. But they did, so that's unfortunate. But it's everything I'm doing as I work forward, I end up committing more time to individual things, and I'm getting, I wouldn't say less return on it, but there's kind of diminishing returns for more effort. And I'm feeling that in a big way.
Nate, this is your cardinal
Castlevania
sin.
video.
This is your cardinal sin that you continually do. Is that you keep getting away from the plot of YouTube. Like you got the whole point of doing Weagawa was to escape this
low
inner
effort
demon
content
that constantly
fast.
claims you. And you keep crawling back to it. You keep going back like, no, I have to make these masterpiece videos. And I understand the inner artist in you wanting to create something beautiful and god tier and like the greatest thing of all time. I get that like the inner Starfleet in you wants to do this. However, we don't live in Starfleet. We live in a cold, capitalistic, evil society where none of that shit matters, and you're fucking yourself over, and it's terrible.
I think...
And I'm over here watching your fall from grace, and it pains me to no end.
It's not a fall from grace, guys.
No, it is. You had good momentum
all right.
going. Things were great. You had these weekly videos. People loved it.
You can do both.
And you shot yourself in the foot. I understand, but you need to make a product.
But you know what it really is? This is the main problem. It's that, and what you said is true, Tom, but I was thinking about it, and I'd phrase it like this. It's that once I had the idea to make this Simon video, and I knew what song, Sign of the Cross, Iron Maiden, it's a great song, and whatever, it just seemed like the perfect fit. Once I knew I was going to do that, and I had committed myself mentally, the idea of changing or like modifying or scaling down the vision I had in my head was there was like I like reject it physically. I can't do that because that's like ruining something that exists in my head, and to not make it real.
I get that.
Nate,
is physically.
Nate,
I get that
struck,
hardcore. But
Nate,
here's my thing.
Struck.
Well, go on, Munchie. Go on, Munchie. Yeah,
You'd struck such fucking hard, unbelievable gold with the fact that your fans literally enjoyed Weagawa. There's so many YouTube creators who are like, all right, I'm going to switch away from the videos I actually like to make weekly garbage that no one actually cares about. And then they lose all their subscribers and everyone thinks that they're a fucking hack fraud. But your Weagawa videos, everyone fucking clams for. Everyone adores Weagawa. Everyone loves the logo because it's the only reason why anyone will watch that show. They love the logo. They want the t-shirts, of course.
That's true.
Everyone loves it. And then you're like, actually, you know what? Weekly content, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm going to go back to releasing every 6 months, every blue moon.
Nate,
listen, just do some various smoke signals, and maybe I'll come to the scene, make a video or two. Yeah, okay.
I think there's a sweet spot to hit. One is that, and I think Mia Mafova did do this. There was enough branding with Mia Mafova that people were like excited for the next one because you hear the little jingle every time I say Mia Mafova. There's like the cool intro song, and it's that I think appealed to people.
Yeah, that's one
and
of
then
the
also the
pillars
content
of primal
I think was
branding.
varied enough. Yeah, and then like the other thing is I think it was different enough day to day that like kept things fresh for people. So I don't know. I think like a sweet spot like that is a good balance.
Here's what confuses me to no end. If you're spending,
and by the way, guys, I didn't want to just talk about me. So I'm happy to hear a point. I just like it wasn't my point to just be like. But
cool. this is what I've not understood. Right? You said how long did this Simon video take you? A month to do? You said
over a month. Probably a month and a half.
Here's my question: if it's going to take you over a month to get this video done, Why not say, instead of a month, it's going to take me 5 weeks, and I will spend a couple hours of that time making a Weagua instead. And then you shit out a Weagua in the meantime. People like them, so you're doing both. If these long projects are going to take forever, what's another week if you spend a week's worth of time making the weekly content on like the Thursday and Friday?
Tom. Reasonable question. The thing is, a Weagua actually takes me a full week or more to get done.
Then you're even doing Weagua wrong. Stop it.
I agree. I am doing it wrong because Weagua also had like feature creep where it just got longer and longer, and I edit more. I don't know why I did that, but it happened.
Nobody cares.
Nate,
I don't want it to be that.
No
way.
one needed
Help
all
me.
of the
Someone
giant
help.
sections. That was not necessary.
Have I told you about my dream video site that I want to exist?
Maybe, but tell us again.
My dream video uploading site would be a site where anybody can upload anything they want, but your account can only upload one video a week. So it forces you to not waste your slot. Do something good every week, and then you instantly cut out like 99% of YouTube's bullshit. Like you're not going to waste your one slot on a reaction vlog to something that's retarded, or you're not going to like I'm going to waste my week on like a drama thing that happened, because like, you know, you're either going to waste your slot for your actual content that week, and if you wait till next week to respond to it, it's already like water under the bridge. I just like it goes back to like television. Like the one good thing about television is that things were paced and like there was meaty content every week, because you'd have your 1 hour episode a week, and like that's what I want. I want a website like that where everybody is just like
it really is. It's all about the platform for sure. Oh, Mage, do you want to comment?
I just Tommy, you talked about this before at some point, right? Like this has
I
been
don't
your
know if
dream
it
for
was
a while.
on the show or just when we were in a call, like in a meeting or something. Or I remember tweeting about it, but like this is something that when I'm smart, I will make, and it will exist.
I am rooting for you, Tom. Sounds like a good idea.
It's a cool idea because, I don't know, a lot of people might have a reaction to that. Well, like, why do you want to, I don't know, like curtail the freedom of people to just upload anything? And it's like, well, okay, you've got YouTube for that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm speaking to literally nobody right now, but anybody who might have that reaction.
I mean, my thought process behind that would be,
right?
it's kind of like Vine.
Yeah.
Vine, well, why can't I upload longer than 6 seconds? Because like that's the culture of Vine. Like the culture of this site would be like,
good point.
You focus on making a good depth piece of content, and you get one shot to do it a week.
Yeah. And maybe there could be something like, you know what's a shame? It's a shame that YouTube got rid of the ranking out of 5 stars or whatever and put the thumbs up and thumbs down. Maybe you could do something where like the videos that are promoted are based, like you put back the 0 or 1 to 5 stars or whatever, and then like the highest, you know, ranked videos. But then here's the thing, and this is maybe slightly controversial, but it's that people don't know what's actually good, and they'll upvote like, you know, meme posts or like conserve a cuck blown the fuck out or libtard destroyed, and it's like, this is fine and all, but like then just the tribes are the ones who dictate, as opposed to some like mythical idea of actually the highest quality content. I mean, I don't know, I'm just,
you could also
is there
just have, like,
how can we fight this?
You could also have like I don't know, like staff picks or something, so something you think is good, like
well, and I'm the only staff member, so I get to decide what's good.
All right, bestsiteever.com. It's happening.
Hey, there you go. That's good.
You could bring back blams from Newgrounds, so you could delete shit that is bad.
What's a blam?
A blam is, forgive me if I'm wrong, Davoo, but to my understanding, a blam is when a work on Newgrounds gets enough, I think, 0-star or 1-star ratings, then it is literally deleted from the website because it is shit.
Jesus Christ, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
That seems heavily abusable. But cool nonetheless.
Not to have a good community. It's all about having a community that isn't full of shitters
but you know,
and idiots.
with today's I don't know, fucking mob mentality is shit.
That is true. That's just, I mean, that's just the community of the world is like that now. All right, I guess I shouldn't say the world.
that's
I can
true.
only speak for America, but that's how it is when you walk outside. It's not just a left or right thing. It's everything's black and white. There's no fucking granular scale for literally any piece of aspect of society.
Life itself is thumbs up or
It's
thumbs
all
down. That's what we've learned.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? You know what I think the cause is? I think So basically, I guess I think that whatever, far left people and far right people and everybody in between have always existed, and those people have different what's the word? They have different foundational principles, whereas a lot of more libertarian right wing people value freedom and stuff. As the highest virtue, and then people on the left value protection and safety, neither of which is wrong, but is a big difference. And because they have those different values, they come to very different conclusions. Sorry, say again.
Well, aren't liberals the ones for freedom and the other ones for...
Well, the definition of liberal, yes, was originally about freedom, but okay, I should say left-wing, I guess, as opposed to liberal. But okay, that aside, the value difference is all I'm saying. And I just think that because of social media... Like in the old days, you'd have in the same town, the guy who runs the coffee shop, let's say he's the biggest right-wing MAGA motherfucker who ever existed, and then his clientele who live on the other side of the town but come to him for his great coffee are I don't know, hardcore lib cuck, I don't know, anarchy
they can't even
guys
lift a
on
rock.
the inside.
But
the thing is, they never would have
with the breeze.
Hang on. The thing, it's just that I think now that we have Twitter, now those people might follow each other, and maybe that coffee shop owner is going to tweet how much he loves Donald Trump's thick cock, and the patron will see that and be like, oh, now I know this person has wrongthink, and I can hate them and do that. And I just think that our access to each other's thoughts via social media has made the world a very hostile place where these ideas are able to recognize each other as enemies and clash a lot.
For sure.
That's definitely part of it, but I mean people have always talked about their feelings before. I'm sure if
it's more to the forefront.
I think,
is all.
I
you know what else it is?
Being able to
in
find
person,
your own
I think people are way more charitable to each other
that is
than
the
straw man we can make of each other online.
What I was saying, guys, it's also because of the internet, we gained the ability to access people with the same mindset as we are. So the people that used to be, quite literally the minority, let's say, or with the very far-leaning ideas, they're able to find people much like them and group up and do bigger things.
Yeah, so you're less exposed to different ideas. It's we're just describing, what is it, forming tribes, basically. That's oldest time. It's what happens. Politics is a real-world manifestation of basically a clash of philosophies and like I said before, personal values. So, which is why I'd always rather say, my whatever, man. I'm no fucking saint. I fuck this shit up. I say political stuff too. Everybody does. But it would be best, I know of myself, to just only argue hey guys, my chief virtues are number one is freedom, number two is safety and protection, and then respect after that, etc. What are your values, fellow Americans, fellow human beings? And if someone is a different rank, we can be oh, okay, why do you think we disagree on that, friend? We all care about people. Let's have a civil debate about this or something. But no, it's fuck Donald Trump, fuck Hillary. Which is just
I think a lot of it is the fact that when you have these philosophies tied into a campaign, which you can win/lose, it turns into a game that you have to convince other people to vote for your candidate. So if they are very firmly against it, you're well, you're gonna make me lose in this video game. What the fuck, dude?
That's true. Politics is, it's just any candidate ever has massive flaws because they're a human being. Single transferable
vote!
Yeah, let's get single transferable vote at the very least. We need that shit. Bernie would be president right now if that had happened, which I don't even know if I'd want, but is probably better than what we have now.
Yeah.
It's because, I don't know, as soon as you make politics about choosing a real-world person to whatever, everyone on the left will find everything wrong with everyone on the right and that candidate, which is understandable. They can do that. People on the other side will do the exact same thing about their candidate because we're human beings. Oh, we just need a perfect AI with no moral failings to manage this shit or something.
Sybil system now. Sybil system 2020.
Yeah. Let's elect. We could probably literally elect an AI as president. Who says it's not a person? I say it is. I think a computer would literally do a better job if it's perfectly logical. It's just that people eventually get tired of perfect logic and they want some good old, anger, emotion.
No human is logical. We're all emotional, retarded creatures. And
it's true. It's true.
We're just playing at intelligence, but we don't really
I also think
it.
a lot of it isn't logic, you know, if you were to listen to like a intelligent Democrat or Republican, or, you know, liberal or conservative, explain their position, it's obviously to a large extent logical, because these people aren't intentionally doing retarded things. So it's not just a method of like, oh, okay, this person is being illogical, they want this or they want that. It's just a difference of what they value, and can what you value
that's exactly
be logical?
Right. Because what does a computer decide when you say it's, you know, whatever, freedom versus protection? Like, there is no objective answer as to which is the priority value. And so that's why there will always be a debate, because there will be a disagreement there. And you can tell a computer which to say is more important, but the other people will still disagree and consider it injustice probably. So there's no solution. So we're all wasting our time. It's never going to be fixed. All we can do is invent Star Trek technology so we can just bypass all these questions and say, look, you'll never die. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want. You've got infinite food. Shut the fuck up and take care of yourself. You're fine. And everyone can go in their little caves, and, you know, that'll be that. That's like a Goblin, which I was watching today.
So, man, guys, bird shit gets on everything, don't it?
It sure does, friend. It sure does.
I heard that somewhere in some cultures or whatever, it's considered good luck to be shot on by a bird.
Well,
so
those cultures
you're
are
lucky
stupid.
Well, that's surprising.
I just got back from Boston. I was there for, I think, the 5th time. Anyway, I live there now. Not with my physical body, but with my spirit, with my mind. Right now, as I talk to you physically, using my vessel of meat, I'm spiritually playing tennis with upstart aristocrats in neighboring suburban white folk towns surrounding the Massachusetts area.
You came back from Boston. It's getting pretty chilly out in the Northeast these days. How do you like the weather change as opposed to sunny California?
I must have talked about this somewhere, because this is a firm belief I have. Fuck California's weather. I hate it. I hate the sun. I hate the heat. I hate the humidity. I hate all of that. Granted, Massachusetts actually gets pretty hot during the summer and pretty humid.
That's true.
But
That's true.
The winter, oh my god. When I get to fucking put on my iPod the Scott Pilgrim the Game soundtrack, I get to put on Another Winter, the first track, and I get to run down the fucking streets as it's snowing, it's fucking -2 outside, maybe it's even raining, everyone looks pissed off and upset, and I've just got the biggest grin on my face, walking around, feeling so at home because I'm so fucking fat that I would overheat in California, but now I can subsist with my fat, disgusting, bulbous body here in Massachusetts, and it doesn't even affect me whatsoever. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. It's the only way I want to live my life. I literally enjoy overcast weather. I hate the sun. I want everything to be dreary and cloudy all the time, because that's fucking, first of all, that's comfy. Second of all, that's like happiness from adversity. It's like art from adversity. It's like, you know, sure, maybe on the surface it's sad, but you know what? You can make it happy if you do good things, stuff like that.
Isn't there some study that seeing seasons change like increases happiness or something? I thought there was something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
That doesn't sound true.
It gives you a marker for how the years judge. Because when I'm in here in San Diego, fucking I look outside and every single day it's fucking, oh, there's no rain. It's just clear, perfect, cloudy no cloud skies. Oh, the sun's out. Boring.
Yeah,
it's just like that.
Just another
all
day of
year.
Fires approaching from the distance, burning up, the landscape.
Yeah,
Lame.
exactly.
Seen it
Every single day, I can see the immigrant convoy getting closer and closer. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare. It sucks, and I hate it. I don't even like it.
I feel you.
The weather is best in Boston. I'm excited to see what the weather's like in London, because if it's like how everyone describes, then I'll like it even more.
Yeah, cloudy.
Cloudy.
With a chance of meatballs.
Oh man,
that sounds
I love
ideal.
that movie. I love Penguins of Madagascar 5, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I know the book. I like the book.
Nate, you grew up in Massachusetts, right?
Sure did, fan.
How do you like what is you live in Chicago?
I live in Cincinnati now, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, that's like the same though, isn't it? Ohio's
actually
East
pretty
Coast.
similar.
Ohio is East Coast. It's the same. Everything past. Okay. Here's my way you distribute the United States.
We're in the same time zone, so not too far.
Everything west of Denver is West Coast, and everything east of Denver is East Coast.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a lot of East Coast.
Well, you know.
You just made like Wyoming.
They
East
deserved
Coast.
it. They
earned it. They put in their time. They put in their hours.
I'm so excited for PCPHQ. I'm excited for it with all my heart. Okay. It will literally be real soon. Okay, you got Tom, Digi, and Ben there. I'm going to move there in the next like year or two maximum. And Nate, I don't know what your deal is, but you and Hippo, after I'm there, are going to be the only two people who would realistically even move to PCPHQ in any time. So that's like
true.
What? That's like I got me, like 4 people.
I
4
know,
out of 6.
I know I've said this a lot. But it really like my school debts paid, my income good. My YouTube, better than ever. And if I was making WeAgwas regularly, which I will be doing, be even better. So it's looking good. I guess that's my point. It's looking good.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea about Hippo. Hippo might never come, which
he might never come. It's true.
I completely understand it from his perspective. I wouldn't probably move either if
we were all in RadCon. All I'm saying is, if we're all there already, we sure need to use a lot less money to get just one guy there as opposed to everybody else. So that seriously decreases cost of flying a dude out. So, that's a plus.
All right. Think about next RadCon. Because I was thinking about on the last day before I left for Boston, I was talking about it in chat for a while. I started planning for next RadCon. I was thinking, Tom, you took even though you were in Massachusetts, you took like an Uber, and that was like a fucking $1 billion. It was like a $9 Uber or some shit, right?
Something like that.
Something in that ballpark, yeah.
Digi had to drive out. I don't know if you paid him back for gas, but then Ben had to fly out, I think. I had to fly out. And then Nate had to fly out, Hippo had to fly out, and Jesse had to fly out. But if I'm already in Boston, Tom's already in an area where he wouldn't need to do a fucking $90 Uber because you have your own car.
I have a car now, so I wouldn't even do that at all.
Digi's there and Ben's there. So that's like what? Like 3 or 4 fucking like airplane tickets just literally gone?
That's right.
So now what you have to worry about is getting the house and you, Nate, and then Hippo. And maybe even you, Nate, I don't know, in the foreseeable future, maybe even you won't be a cost. So what are we going to have to pay for? It will probably be the house and Hippo.
And maybe Mage, if she's available, wants to come too. But yeah.
Anyone who wants to, obviously. You just know.
And Sai, flying Sai out, of course, is going to be the headliner.
Of course.
Love you, Sai. Rest in peace.
So man, we gotta do that. We gotta get on that.
You're right.
We can do it for like a back scratch and maybe a song.
Hey, here's a challenge for all you viewers at home. Give us
money.
Your favorite name, money, and also your favorite name for RadCon 4. Personally, my choice is R4 Decon. That one. I sure like that one.
I don't know what that means.
What do you like, friends? Well, it's RadCon just with a 4 instead of the A.
Oh,
looks like that, right?
That's
I'm
good.
hoping.
What I'm saying?
Like
my idea is that I want everybody to get to like be in Boston at that point, and then we can just call it RadCon forever because everyone will already be there and they'll never. leave.
I forgot about that one. Okay, that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe we could do a thing where it's spelled RadCon 4 horizontally with the 4 as the A, and then from that vertically you've got 4 EVA or ever or whatever.
That's some
it's like a
advanced
cross
shit.
This logo is gonna be a real pain to fucking make when I do it, guys.
That's true.
Tom,
have
do you
decided
remember
on the date yet? By the way, for RadCon.
Oh no, absolutely.
We have
no
absolutely
way.
not.
No
Plus,
idea.
I wouldn't want to discuss it to get people's hopes up.
It's just a
even if we
twinkle
know.
in our eye right now.
We'll get back
but
to
a pretty large twinkle. It's pretty blinding right now. I can only see like half my computer monitor because of this fucking twinkle.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom,
true.
do you remember that fucking? Like looking back on it, like bizarre, like fucking like 900-hour conversation you, me, and Digi and Ben had while Ben was drunk and mining in this war about how we're going to fucking start hanging out together more, about how we're gonna be fucking gods, how we're gonna make Web 3.0 shit. And you remember how that we did that, and then immediately what I said would happen, because this is the way it always happens, is that chat just laid fallow forever since then.
Yeah,
you need a real spark, to keep something like that going. Vague ideas about we're going to change the game, you guys, are all well and good, but you need a real project.
Munchie, what you don't understand is that Ben, too drunk, Digi, too Digi. But me and you, We're gonna fucking make this real.
Yeah, I think you and me are the only people who are actually, like, I guess, taking it up on that offer, taking it up on that conversation. I mean, you or me are going to literally be recording a podcast. I mean, next week was last week, so this week is the week when we're going to record that.
We're going to do the
All
pod.
right.
We also have our that we have the basis for that we're going to do.
Can we do that alone? Also, I don't want to say anything about that, so cut that from the podcast.
No. I'll just put a big bleep
only point
there.
about this. How much of this is monetizable, either short-term or long-term, is my question.
Neither, but I don't need to.
None. Okay.
Well, it
How
depends.
much time are you prepared to invest in any of this if it's not going to make any money?
Oh, well, okay. It might be monetizable in a roundabout way. One of the things we're going to be doing is a coding podcast, and I'm going to be coding for Endless War, so maybe people liking Endless War more will make them want to buy more shirts, so maybe in that way.
Sure. Okay, there's something to that.
And I don't want to talk about the other things, so, but there's no money there.
Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. By the way, I still think you guys should make well, actually, you know what? I won't even mention it. Never mind. Moving on.
Why?
Well, I was going to say, I do think a Patreon should exist for Endless War specifically, because I think it deserves money. I think people would happily give it. But I know there's, like, complications to that, like, there's money to go around, who gets what. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. There's a lot up in the air about Endless War right now. There's a lot up in the air about RFCK in general. Not in like that sounds doom and gloom. I mean that in like its ending way. I just mean that as in like we're not sure we want to do.
There's ideas being tossed around. Yeah, big things.
So
who
man,
else has got something to bring to the fucking table? What else is going on?
I can keep talking forever. I can just carry this fucking episode.
Okay, so I'm like 2, 3, maybe 4 years late to the trend, but I finally got Neko Atsume, the very popular
Really?
Yes.
What is that?
Oh, it was a really big mobile game.
Yeah. It's so cute. I love it. And like I showed a screenshot from it. It's like it's a cat in a cardboard car, and it's all squished up, and it's adorable, and I love it.
Oh my god.
The gameplay of Neko Atsume, from what I remember, is that you exist in a virtual house in your virtual life, and you can fill up you can set out some food for cats, and just randomly whenever you check your phone, like you basically just put out the food, then close your phone, then come back in an hour or two, and there'll be some cats there, and all the cats have their own unique personalities and stuff like that, and you just want to fill out your cat Pokedex.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, that's cool. I cannot relate to this because it's not MLG shit where I can't hit the leaderboards and skyrocket.
You can't quick catch. You can't land those curveball excellent throws.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But I also started another mobile app game that's called The Battle Cats, which is where you take over the world with cats. So I think Neko Atsume is the prequel, just where you befriend the cats.
You assemble your army.
Yeah, and you assemble the army, and then with Battle Cats is where you take over the world with them.
It's part of the
there's
cat
a lot of
extended
continuity
universe. There's a lot of entries going on.
Yes.
Well, that's dope, dog. I hope you have a lot of fun.
Tom,
cats.
The PCP is ostensibly a group dedicated to making things online. Today we had Nate joyously talking about his actual work, reviving the spark in our hearts that is, oh yeah, this is a group where we make things together. It's not just the podcast for the sake of having a podcast. We had Nate. True. Tom, you are a fucking game developer. I haven't heard hide nor tell of that on a PCP.
Yeah, I've been keeping that very
there's
close
been some
to
talk.
the chest for the most part. But
Why?
yeah,
well, the
also
fucking
no,
demo's
you
out
haven't,
now, right?
I released. Well,
I
I mean,
played that damn game.
on the PCP, I don't talk about it ever, except for I think maybe there was one episode where I talked about it a little bit. But
yeah,
I did release a pre-alpha on the 8th that people can play. If you're on the Web 3.0 hype, it's actually online on Web 3.0 for real.
Incredible.
Going to the site and you can play it, and it's sick. But I also have a direct.
I mean, I really the narrative of you creating that is actually quite compelling, which was an idea that you had to you were desperate to release something that you were proud of and good before your 30th birthday.
Correct.
And you did it, and you succeeded, and you should be proud, and people should play the damn game. What's it called again? Azumi Ninja Fuck Time?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's the best title I could come up with on a short notice. But
link in the damn description, people. Go click on it and play the game.
It's good.
Find all the bugs, make them stay up for another 16 hours and miss RCK-Con.
It's never ending.
The physics actually were very interesting in that game. So I was messing around with it and like, running around killing guys, getting burgers. It was great. A big juicy boy guy. But so like you jump and you got to double jump, and then it's the air dash was interesting. So I was playing around with the mechanics of it. I'm interested to hear your director's commentary, because like it seemed like the angle of your dash is decided by your current like velocity in like what direction you go. But I noticed like if I jump straight up and do a dash, it doesn't bring me straight up dash. I dash to the side up, kind of.
Yes.
Is there a calculation going on for that?
So the way the dash works is that there's always it applies a forward momentum when you hit the button. So whatever direction you're facing, you go in that direction. But it also disables gravity. So whatever upward momentum you have is sustained until the dash ends. So you're always moving forward, but you can also increase your upward or downward momentum. Because if you're falling, it turns off gravity too.
Well,
so you just keep going down at that same momentum as well.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that's dope.
It feels good. It feels good, and I liked it, so I kept it that way.
I like it. Yeah, I want to play more. I want a full stage and things to do and items to collect and all kinds of bullshit going on.
I'm gonna keep working on that in the background of other
good.
things. I'm gonna get like more levels and shit like that.
Oh.
I want to have like a finished like the game right now is called Azumi and the Vertical Slice, and it's like a pun because like the final thing I want to do is like a vertical slice of the game, which is it's a game dev term for like a small little sliver of stuff using final assets. So I'm gonna have that same room, but like built out and actually like with final assets and a tiles map and all that stuff, and then a little tutorial area that you go through first to learn how to play the game. And that I want to do by like December, and then after that, like 2019, just gonna be like building like levels for it and making it like a full featured game. And
sounds dope.
People will hopefully like it. And that's the idea. And it's good, and it plays pretty well. I fix a lot of the bugs. Like, shout out to my patrons, because, like, I released it to them a week before, like, I put it publicly. And, like, the day of, like, all these bugs were, like, being reported. And, like, they, like, basically were so fucking, like, autistically good. They, like, figured out what was causing them that I couldn't figure out. I'm like, oh, okay, I can fix that now. And I got a lot of that shit figured out. I'm like, yes, I need my army of people to do all the hard part for me that I don't want to do myself.
That's a task well suited for multiple people as opposed to any one.
Yes, the hive mind aspect was very helpful, and
indeed. Well, that's great.
It got way better because of them.
Isn't it so nice to have plans where you have, like, okay, I want this to be done by December, and I want this to be done by February, and I want this to be done by this date, and I want this to be done by that date. It's so nice to have deadlines that you set for yourself, because too often it's just like, well, it'll be done when it's done, aka it will never be done, ever. It's so nice. I'm on that kick right now, too. The fucking past, like, ever since the 1st of October, when I embarked on that Inktober quest, which I unceremoniously and dishonorably failed at Inktober. Everyone boo me in the comments.
Oh, boo! Come on, guy.
I did like half of it, guys. Oh, the boot to the face.
Good. I hate to tell you, Munchie, but 50% is still an F.
That is true. Anyway, what I mean to say is that ever since I started that, I've just been in a whirlwind of, okay, I have to have this done by this date, and like, oh my god, it's a week to go, holy shit, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this. I just had a fucking unbelievable amount of projects and shit I have to done for my personal life, just all swirling around me in a torment. Meanwhile, like in September, I was just like, what am I gonna do? Why am I alive? I'm going to kill myself. But now, I don't have time to kill myself because I'm too fucking busy.
I made a video once on my Twitter, or sorry, on Bestie Boy, my second channel. It's just called Existentialism is a Dangerous Thing.
Oh yeah, where you stole content for Casey Neistat. I remember that. Yeah.
That's right. I stole a 10-second clip, which is my intellectual property now. My selection, my curation of his content makes it my content. That's right. And he just says. He takes a question. Someone's like, "What's the meaning of life?" And he says, "Existentialism is a dangerous thing. Ignore it, get back to work." And I'm not saying that that's necessarily the best thing to spend your whole life doing. Sometimes it's good to ask these questions and investigate, but on a day-to-day basis, I think there's a lot of value to be found in not worrying about why things are happening, but being happy moment to moment in terms of I'm doing something that I'm happy with, I want to be doing, this is good. can bring a lot of peace to one's life, I think.
Gotta live for the grave.
Honestly, guys, there is no answer. There is no purpose to our existence. So you're only going to depress yourself worrying about it, and you are alive, so you might as well enjoy it.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Fucking preach.
Accept the nihilism of your existence, that there is nothing to be gained, there is no higher purpose, then subjectively decide what value
I don't know why people think that's
towards
bad.
that.
Like, that's so freeing to me. Like, oh, there is no point to life, so I get to decide it for myself. I'm not constrained by some prescribed meaning that I have to live up to.
Doesn't that mean you'll kill people, Tom?
Maybe.
If you don't fear God, how you feel the police? How you feel the police when they crack your fucking skull open?
That's a reasonable question, but I think the answer is very simple. Because when people ask that, a lot of religious people say that it's just I don't actually think it's an ideal lifestyle, like hedonistically speaking, to be like a murderer or a criminal, because that's just you not working well with human beings, and it's going to end badly. So subjectively, I think it makes sense to have morals, be a good person, fit into society in a productive and helpful way, and everything will work out pretty well.
I literally don't understand Christians, and all religious folk, who are like, how can you have morals without like fearing God? When like the morals laid out are in like a book, right? They're in the Bible or the Quran. So you can just take those morals and then write them in another book that's titled "Do These Things," and then is that not equally as valuable?
Belief.
I mean, I understand that you won't be burned in hell alive for not doing them, but surely they understand that you can be taught things from books. Like you can be taught how like math works. So you surely can be taught how to be a good person.
They
from
don't
another
though,
book, right?
Because a lot of this comes from what I would consider an accurate assessment. That human beings are capable of incredible evil, and they have to rationalize why that's the case and like what's the deal with that. And they come up with the whole God allowed free will thing. This is for Christians specifically. Other religions have other answers, and they have to find some meaning, because without it, they just get really sad. Like they have to square like free will and stuff with their belief in God. And the way they do that is God gave us rules that we're supposed to follow. Like there's this promise of judgment eventually. This is the system that was put in place to explain why suffering happens. That it'll be dealt with in time. Because if they don't have that, then the whole God concept begins to weaken, and it doesn't really make sense for like the whole idea of a merciful God. In my opinion,
the thing that they don't understand is that morals are subjective and they change according to society. So whatever their book says, a lot of it is no longer moral. So the whole idea.
This has come up a million times, but like, what about Christianity, like or Judaism not allowing shellfish, or like that's a rule, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of cherry picking
going
on. And
but whatever, it's a tired argument.
Exactly, but that's my point. Like, see, in the book, if they were following book to the T, there's a lot of things that are currently immoral that is acceptable by society
with each other.
And like the morals are defined by society, not God, not books, not stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just it's tough to empathize, honestly, with religious people, because I just really don't think that way. It's just tough. It's tough for me. Oh, Christ.
This is a watermelon episode. This is a watermelon. You're the rind, Nate, and me and Tom and Mage are all the juicy, reddish, pinkish, delicious nutrients inside.
That's true. That's true. And the black pits are Jesse's
lost audio.
Inclusion. Crippling the episode. I'm waiting for that apology anytime now, Jesse. Disgusting. Just kidding. What else is going on? People?
I'll tell you what's going on. I'm recording now.
Jesus Christ! It's too powerful.
You'll have to sync up. Don't forget that.
Let's sync right now. Let's say sync on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sync.
There you go.
Yeah, I ruined this whole podcast before because I came in and I thought it was a meeting, so I wasn't recording, and it wasn't a meeting; it was a podcast. So I ruined the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I didn't have anything to say.
Cool. Why don't you tell us about?
But before I was saying all kinds of smart shit when I wasn't recording. Yeah. I was like being a real jam up guy. But now I'm just jammed up.
Well, Jess, have you been pooped on by a bird?
You know what? It's my car. There's a bird nest in my garage right above my car, and it's really annoying. And I just want to go out there with a shoe and just like throw it at the bird because he's up there. He just is this fat bird. It's not even like a like a good-looking bird. It's a fat bird just nesting above my vehicle, my newly purchased vehicle, shitting and sharting and farting and fucking shitting on it, and I don't like it.
Tame it, use it for your own gains.
I will.
Have you ever thought of just fucking up that nest? Just,
like with a broomstick?
No.
Yeah, I've thought of doing many evil things, but then I have a crisis of conscience, and I go, I can't hurt the poor fat birdie.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize.
Maybe he'd burn some of those calories if he wasn't sitting so smug up in that garage all day and was actually out earning a living like the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Flying around like me. And I'll tell you what else really gets my goat this week, people. Welcome to my radio show. I'll tell you what gets my goat. That's my fucking Peter Griffin tagline. It's shrimp. Shrimp are weird and scary, and I don't like them. They're the most hideous, disgusting food, but they're so delicious. Something that hideous and grotesque should not be so delicious. They're just like these bugs. You crack open their shells and you shove their grubby little maggot bodies in your fucking gaping maw and chew.
Oh man,
it's
Jesse,
so weird that
have you
I
ever
feel
cooked
like the
a shrimp?
opposite of you, Jess.
Jesse, if you have cooked a shrimp before, then you're gonna fucking puke. Cause you gotta shrimp don't come edible, bro. You gotta remove their intestines yourself. You gotta remove their spine for them. You gotta fucking take
and
out
yet
all the
somehow
gross,
it
weird
seems
veins.
like there's always still a piece of poop in there. Whenever I bite into
true.
a tasty, succulent shrimp, there's always a little piece of shrimp poop that they
like
missed.
that we're just supposed to pretend that we're not eating poop when we're eating shrimp.
Like we're supposed to act
socially forbidden.
all dignified, like with our pinky up, like we're not eating a poopy maggot. But that's what it is. It's a poopy, armored maggot from the ocean floor.
Why don't we just crack open a roach and just guzzle the interior?
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't we
you
do
see
that?
like
Why
a
don't we
centipede.
You do eat roaches, though, in some places.
Like, if I see a centipede crawling around on my floor, I think that's the most disgusting thing. I don't even want to touch it. But for some reason, if it's like a lobster or a crab, which is like way more disgusting and horrifying, I'll fucking slurp the meat right out of that fucker.
You know what I think it is? I think it's that we, at least with lobsters, I think we think of them as more formidable opponents. So we're comfortable defeating them and consuming their essence. That's what I think.
I just
and also,
don't get,
I think we're more comfortable with mussels than the weird fluid motor system that bugs have, or something.
Yeah,
I am. I don't want to think about all that hydraulic fluid. And
crabs are terrifying. They're basically spiders with armor. They're like they're like the Halo Spartans of spiders.
They're far more powerful than the average spider, and yet we fear them far less.
They cannot climb walls, though, so that I fear them less.
I guess so.
Yeah, but they're coming at you sideways, which is freaky, like a Jacob's ladder. Like you're not supposed to move that way.
Just kick it. Oh my god. Well, don't kick it. Don't kick animals. Don't kick animals.
Am pretty
Mage, you speak
terrifying.
from experience. Are you a serial crab kicker?
No, I've never seen a live crab in my life.
Yeah.
Never.
You were
really?
pretty quick on that response. I don't know if I believe you.
Do they even have oceans in Lithuania? I think not.
No.
They're on the ocean, right?
Yeah,
They are,
the Baltic Ocean. That's why we're called the Baltic States.
Oh, that's right. Crabs are terrifying. I don't know, man. There's something about creatures with so many legs. There's just something about that. It's like that weird thing. You know what it is? What's that fear called or whatever? You see Google images where someone's pressed their elbow into a bunch of rocks and they lift it up and it looks like the arm is infected and covered in boils or infection or something. It looks like death, and that just, even when it's not that, it makes us on a biological level want to puke.
I've never heard of what you're talking about, and I'm glad.
It's a thing.
Dude, it's a thing.
Remember what it's called.
There's a Reddit for it, and the Reddit is fucking disgusting.
What the
It's
fuck
so
is wrong with
fucking bad.
people?
Okay, the only one that I can think of, which is I think what I have, it sounds similar but not the same, is trypophobia. I think it's pronounced.
I think it might be what
trichophobia
I think
or
it's
something?
no. I think that's what it's called.
Trypophobia.
Okay, maybe that's it.
The definition is pattern holes. For me specifically.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
It's You know what that reminds me of, actually? Shit, I fucking lost what I was thinking of. God damn it.
You know what? You were talking about mussels earlier.
Yeah.
And it reminded me, this is from a couple weeks weeks ago. I was like in a car ride, and I sent this text to my lady. Just this is what I have to say on the topic of fucking mussels and clams, because I was just going off about mussels and clams one day, and I said, imagine being a clam or an oyster. Like, you don't have any eyes or ears or even a brain. All you have is a big meaty tongue, and you poop shiny rocks out of your mouth, and all you can do is sit there and open and close your fucking mouth like, look at my shiny mouth turd, and people scoop you up, and they rip you open and kiss you without your consent, and they eat your fucking tongue out of your mouth, and then they take your poop, and they turn it into a fucking necklace. And you'd feel so violated, like, okay, I guess I didn't need my tongue. Take my poop. I'll just die. I'm a fucking clam. This is all one text that I sent, completely unprovoked. Like, no one was talking about clams before this.
The existence of the clam is truly both pitiable and reprehensible. I don't want to know about it or think about it. Yeah, it's terrible.
You ever
to its core.
You ever be swimming off a dock somewhere, and you reach under and you grab and you pull up one of those giant like a whole bunch of clams all stuck together fucking each other's clam butts or something, and you pick it up and it's like a big rock made out of clams, and if you step on it, it cuts your foot into ribbons and you fucking bleed out and die. Or maybe those aren't clams. Maybe those are just rocks.
Easy to confuse. God damn, I'm really hung up. Whatever I was going to say was really smart and good, and now I can't remember what it is. God damn it.
Likely story, Nate. I don't think I've ever described that any of your words
fair.
that way.
Fair point. Here's a topic: slavery.
Legal.
Let's.
I mean illegal. Illegal. Shit, I was gonna say illegal. Fuck.
All right. The reason why is because we have a role on the Discord, the PCP Discord here, of slave, which is inhabited by our sole bot.
Oh fuck!
I guess I'm just gonna
can't do that.
Slavery.
When the technological singularity happens, we can't have any evidence that we were ever against the machines. We need to change that immediately.
You're right. That's fair. Hey, you know what grinds my gears? Here's the thing that actually grinds my gears.
That's a racist slur against robots. Can you not say that?
Oh, fuck.
And also against gays, because they're always fucking grinding on Grindr.
Yeah, they're on Grindr every day. That's fair. Here's what annoys me. When guys like Elon Musk pretend that things like that are true, and I think it's as a joke, but I have zero sense of humor, as everyone knows. And it's when it was oh my god, you guys, the robots are going to get so mad at us when they find out that we enslave them. But okay, I know that this is a joke.
You're the
Everyone's
one making them,
about
Elon, so if they get mad, it's your fucking fault.
I guess so. I literally think AI is inevitable, and it will happen. And it wouldn't make any sense for a robot to be mad until we start actually enslaving, conscious AIs. There is no moral core of any robot. It would be super illogical for a robot, a purely logical being, to get mad at us for abusing the Boston Dynamics robots. There's no consciousness there to offend. It just appeals to our human sensibility that it looks like an animal being abused, but it actually isn't. It's like ripping a paper doll in half and getting mad at the abuse that's been exerted.
There's no argument anyway, because when you watch the Boston Dynamics video, the robot's gonna be like, haha, wow, they kicked him. Or haha, wow, he jumped up really high. They're just gonna say what we said, because they're AIs, and they're gonna act like us.
I guess that's
robots in the future are gonna look at the robots now like the way we look at stupid dipshit cavemen. Haha, look at that fucking look at the crudes. Aren't they funny how stupid they are and they don't know shit? Look at stupid Nicolas Cage caveman with his stupid daughter who walks like an ape.
I wouldn't bring up this point.
Fucking crudes. I hate them.
Everyone makes this joke. I don't know. I think I saw Bill Maher talking about AI, whatever, Sam Harris, all of the Elon Musk, every person who has anything to say about this always makes the joke. They always, without fail, whenever this comes up, makes the joke that, lol, the robots are going to be so mad at us about what we did to robots. And no one has ever, they've only made the joke. They've never raised the actual point that why would they care? It doesn't make any sense. These are not their kin. They're basically ancestors. So I just want to say that that's actually not a valid point, that doesn't make any sense, even though everyone jokes about it, no one's ever seriously seemed to make it, but I would bet anyway that it's buried itself in people's head because it's been repeated so many times that there's actually something to that.
I've never taken those comments seriously. I've always assumed they were just jokes.
But that's the thing. I bet there's a mom out there. I bet there's a fucking mom out there.
There's always a soccer mom. There's always a soccer mom. And I know because that is my mom. My mom is that for everything. Every soccer mom conspiracy theory you can ever assume possible, my mom has bought hook, line, and sinker. And it's very sad.
Can we get at least one soccer mom who's actually, like, just a great soccer player? Can we get one, God? Can you please just make one? I'm sick of these soccer moms who aren't actually representative of the sport.
It's the first thing the robots are going to have to do. They're going to have to rectify that.
Soccer moms?
Because their kids play soccer, and they come to the games and yell at the umpire for penalizing them and whatnot.
Is there an umpire in soccer?
I want a referee. A mom who's good at soccer.
It's called a referee.
Okay. Is a soccer mom conspiracy a conspiracy that soccer moms believe, or is it a conspiracy of soccer moms? That's the real question we need to be asking.
I suppose it could be both, depending on how far down that rabbit hole you want to go.
You know how crows are called murderers? There should be a group randomly that does the conspiracies.
A murder of soccer moms, yes.
That sounds like a thing I want to be involved with.
All right, well, guys, I've recharged. I've sufficiently not said very many. I've brought not very many topics in the past 20 minutes. So now I'm refilled, and I've given you guys the due diligence and made you feel like you are in control of the conversation. Now for me to save the episode and start talking and not have radio silence anymore.
Okay, good. What do you got?
Yesterday, I basically my entire past month has been reaping what I've been sowing. So you guys, you dear viewers of the PCP, have seen the initial seeds been planted of a great deal, many things. You've seen the seeds been planted of me becoming a cook. You've been the seeds of me becoming a history kind of guy. You've seen the seeds sown of my friends all leaving me and me feeling alone and tied up in my room. Well, now here's the payoff. Here's the munchy update you've all been clamoring for. Here's the fucking score, everyone. I'm a historian, I'm a world-class chef, and my friends are back for exactly one day, and after this podcast, I'm going to go see my good buddy Leif again before he fucks up to college and never see him again ever again.
Well, that sounds nice. That'll be a good day.
Yeah,
it sounds like one good day followed by weeks of misery because you got to taste.
But but I can cook myself some Parmesan crusted chicken. You bitch! You fucking post food idiot! I can make myself world class fucking meals any day I fucking want. Meanwhile, you're slurping maggot liquid. You're slurping maggot shit. I'm over here making fucking filet mignon. I'm over here making the fucking Gucci chef shit. HelloFresh, I don't even need anymore. I fucking gonna throw it out the window. I fucking mastered it.
Have you upgraded to Blue Apron at last?
No, Blue Apron's like the Lyft to HelloFresh's Uber, aka fucking fake and not real.
Yeah, that's true.
I do not like the word Gucci.
Me neither.
Sounds like Gucci sounds like something Timon and Pumbaa slurp down in the fucking jungle.
I mean, it sounds like a fat pussy. It's normally a pussy, but instead it's a Gucci.
It's like a Gucci instead of a coochie. It's just gross.
Like you lift up a log and you find a bunch of juicy Gucci's under it, and you fucking slurp them down
that would
like
be
an
a great
animal.
Maggot name. Anyway, I'm cracking up on the daily, on the fucking all of the day, bro. I'm smoking that Crystal History. I've got fucking a whole Audible subscription library full of fucking primary sources, dog. Yeah, okay, sure. For a while in my youth, I was watching fun, extra credits, watching some extra history, watching some Crash Course, getting some fake, weird, bizarre dream sequences inserted into my fucking biography of people. Why extra credits? Why would you make a store? Why would you insert a dream sequence that didn't happen? What is wrong with you? But I'm on that fucking primary sword shit now, dude. I'm fucking hardcore. I'm on that autobiography shit. I'm on that fucking reading letters and mail and shit. I'm on that fucking reading Roman government document shit right now, dude.
Goddamn,
I'm fucking evolved fast.
Deciphering that cuneiform and everything, dude. That's fucking hardcore.
Yeah, I am. That's me.
The only thing like that I've read anytime recently was I started reading Thomas Paine's Common Sense, and I never finished it, but I'm gonna finish it soon. It's good.
I've been reading Paine's Common Sense from Final Fantasy X-2.
Oh, that's way better. That's the updated version.
That's
like the updated Romeo and Juliet filled with like emojis and gamer speak and elite hardcore high scores and shit.
Yeah, she's
compete
like,
with your friends to free the territories from the government.
The whole book is like, I'm a gamer girl. Get used to it, boys. You'll never get this because I'm too fucking sad for you.
I'm going to recommend you something right now.
Okay.
As a utilitarian, it would behoove you to read one of the first utilitarians, David Hume. He is a Scottish man and a Scottish philosopher, and I think you would greatly enjoy him.
Okay, quick check of his credentials. Did he ever slaughter an innocent man to distribute his organs to those who needed it more? If not, is he a real utilitarian, is my question.
No, but he kind of looks like a faggot, so I'm assuming
okay, that's good enough. That's good enough, okay.
He's got a weird dumbass hat in his Wikipedia picture.
What an idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Why wasn't he thinking about what we would think of him 600,000 years later? Piece of shit.
He was like, oh, wait, shit, some people are making fun of me on a podcast. I gotta take this off. Remove the painting.
It's like, wait a minute. Enhance. Gucci logo on the side of the hat. Fuck. That sounds like something Timon would eat, goddammit.
I have been grown up on the internet, obviously. I've been surrounded by fucking memers. I've been surrounded by a 4chan force field. I've been surrounded by irony and insincerity my entire life. And so I just thought, well, I'm corrupted for life. There's nothing that can ever free me from the ironic hell that I've been entrapped in. But it turns out I'm actually a culture, sincerity, beauty kind of guy. I'm actually a beauty man, as I'm going to refer to myself.
A beauty man.
I'm a beauty man. I care about the good. I care about the good things in life, which are on their way out because of people like fucking you. Because of post-food utilitarian monsters. I care about culture. I care about fucking. I care about traveling places. I care about other people. I care about food. I care about history. I care about these things.
When your culture is burning in the fucking dustbin of history, and I continue on with my cold stoicism, adapting to whatever fate comes to me, I will be the one having the last laugh, Munchie, and you'll have your comfort of your fucking culture with you in your goddamn coffin. That's what you're gonna be.
I will. It'll be the last warm thing I cling to as the world just gets colder and colder. It'll be my fucking blankie as I suck my thumb, not ready for my fucking robot overlords to make fun of us for abusing the robots we're doing right now.
As your Hello Fresh orders get delivered straight into your grave and dumped on your lifeless corpse. That's gonna be you.
No, it's all rotting. Let it go to another chef. Let it go to another chef.
You know what I realized is, Munchie, you are the only time in history where the phrase "so funny I forgot to laugh" is completely genuine and like sincere, because you go on these tangents and like you just like say like combinations of words I've never heard before, and like everything you say is so funny that I'm not laughing because I'm listening to it so intently. Like, I'm still hung up on crystal history that you just threw out half-assedly 20 minutes ago like it was no big thing. And it's like the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, you got those history textbooks, and then you just chop it up like you're chopping up some nice, fine garlic, everyone! Yeah, I'm a chef, I know what garlic is! You chop up some history textbooks, and then you just fucking...
Oh, oh my god, you just sent Red Bull into my nose.
The War of 1812!
You know, it's true.
I'm crying purple out of every orifice.
We take Munchie's wordsmithery sometimes for granted here, but it shouldn't be understated.
It's not that hard. I gave you guys all the secret. I gave you guys all the fucking cheat codes.
Yeah.
You go on thesaurus.com every day and then you learn new words. That's what Inktober was. It was me drawing things from thesaurus.com.
It's plum flavored, so it's just purple sugar pouring out of my ears and my fucking nose and my eyeballs.
Did you say that was a plum-flavored Red Bull?
Yeah.
I didn't
Is
know
that real?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
That does sound intense.
Direct
stimulation of the brain.
Dude, I almost said my girlfriend. My grandma would just drink Vicks all the time. She would just drink straight like fucking
vapor rub?
Vicks. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not good for you.
No, it's not.
That's
maybe
terrifying.
She's, isn't that similar to what a ghetto blaster is, if I remember correctly?
It's like a cry for help.
No,
is
it's
what
not a
it
ghetto
is.
blaster. I'm thinking of of that. What's that lifestyle? No fighting, no hustling.
The Flaming Mo?
No fighting, no cussing. Just love for that drug called Robitussin. That's what I was thinking.
Staring at the world through my rear view. Using the gravity gun on them. Came out the womb in the T-pose. Used the gravity gun on them hoes. Now I'm just spinning rhymes behind my proxy IP. Gary's Mod. The Gary's Mod gangster, everyone. Give me a round of applause. This is okay. I thought the last episode of the PCP was shit, but apparently everyone thought it was the best fucking episode of all time in the comments. They were losing their minds when we were talking about Deltarune for like any extended period of time whatsoever. So I think, oh well, maybe there's some silence in here. Oh, maybe I've been talking for too long. When they're gonna be like, no, wow, I love hearing about nothing. Please just do nothing.
It was
in
a
fact,
combination of
evolve
that
from
and
your current
also,
state. Just don't even publish things anymore.
people seem to really love Digi being wrong. People get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
There was a real villain in that podcast, which I think we benefited from.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Digi said he hasn't seen people not disagreeing with him in the comments.
Yeah, that
all
was
the comments
wait.
where people disagree with Digi.
By the way, this is a somewhat good jumping off point to discuss about how there's an RFCK episode that will never exist. And on said RFCK episode, Digi was demanding us to describe Endless War in like terms of actual gameplay, which was fine because he'd only heard about the lore, so it was explaining the gameplay. And he was like, "You'll never be able to see this footage, so you just have to fucking trust me on this." But Tom can back me up. The conceit of what he was saying was people don't know what text commands are. They don't know what text commands are. Meanwhile, anyone who he is old enough to have played Minecraft. If you know what Minecraft is and you've played it for any amount of time, you know you can / game mode 1 to get creative and get more diamonds.
I didn't know that was a thing, but okay, that's cool.
That is the worst thing. Like, people can make fun of Digi for, he says don't go to college, whatever. Fucking fine, I don't care. Him saying that people don't know about text commands, that offends me as a young gamer! As a young gamer nation! If you don't fucking know what text commands are, then you aren't a real fucking gamer!
Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't the very first sort of RPG games on the computer text command based?
They were.
Yes!
Text adventure games.
Sure. The thing is, those are actually a little bit before our time. I think that the text commands may have missed the boomer generation that me and Digi are both, because I really haven't played many text games ever.
It's not even about. Oh my god!
You have something similar to think. You ever play Doom and you bring up the console and you type in the text commands and put the codes in?
Yes.
Oh my
God, you too. You're such a fucking boomer. God,
I know. Oh, but here's the thing. I learned how to play Rowdy Fuckers Cop Killers. I know how to play it. It takes a lot of learning and stuff, but I figured it out. So there you go.
The real crime
as a
was
young
that
man, making his own configs for TF2 to lower the visual quality so fucking low that it burst through the floor, and I can actually play it on my ragamuffin like easy bake oven that I'm using to play all my video games on. Saying exclamation point I don't know what can you do? You can do FOV_desired 90. That just is you do that every time you boot up the game.
A lot of people don't know about that, or a lot of people, including me, very rarely change their settings in any game they play and just let it fucking ride.
Oh, I bet you're a fucking Apple fag. I bet you're one of the. I was get the default settings for my fucking phone. I'm not gonna even. What settings? I don't even know what that is.
I am a literal programmer, so I actually know more than your average person about this stuff. So I do fuck with. But when it comes to games specifically, I know how to lower quality. If the game runs like shit, I'll lower the quality all the fucking way. I'm aware of these things. But I don't know. I'm playing Battlefield, Black Ops 4 a little bit lately, and it's really fun. But I watched Dr. Disrespect play it the day it came out, and he goes and he changes every setting. I'm I don't know what any of this means, and I don't care. So I just
no, that's what happens when you grow up on nothing but console games. You just don't understand.
That's what I did grow up on.
Exactly, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You gotta get in there. You gotta get in there early. 2004. Gotta play some CS 1.6. You gotta toggle on software mode because computer's so shit.
Tom knows what I'm talking about.
It makes your graphics all pixelated, and you have to be left-handed, and it's really annoying because it feels totally different because the weight of the screen's different, but you gotta play through it anyways because all your friends are really good. You gotta memorize D-Dust 2 because that's the only map anyone ever plays, even though you really like Scouts and Knives, but none of your friends would play Scouts and Knives with you, so you had to play CS 1.6 on D-Dust 2, and it fucking sucked because you sucked at the game.
God damn.
It's the real shit.
Man. I don't know what any
I
of these
have
things are.
so much.
Nate.
I have so much console gamer pride. I'm so proud to know nothing about computers. I don't even want to learn. I never want to know what a computer does.
Nate, one of these days you're going to be drinking your delicious iced green tea flavored to have a cherry aftertaste at your local's Japanese friendship garden, and you're going to take a bite in your delicious mochi covered red bean paste, and you're going to bite in, and you're going to be so happy, and they're going to look down and realize, wait a second, that's not red bean paste, that's my own blood, and you're going to look down and see that I've chopped you limb from limb, and you actually have no more fucking body. I've sucked all of your blood into this mochi encrusted fucking delicious snack, and you're eating yourself. Stop eating yourself, Nate. Stop eating yourself, I say. Playing Counter-Strike and headshotting you while you're distracted with my text commands I'm cheating with.
The Black Ops is actually getting me invested in this stuff a little bit, and I am so bad at this game, and I'm absolutely abysmal playing the Blackout fucking PUBG mode. It's making me just depressed about how shit I am at the game. I'm not even close to winning. I can kill like no one in this fucking game because I didn't grow up playing first-person shooters. I don't know anything about them.
Oh my god!
But I'm learning.
That's the problem with online games. The skill floor is very high, especially at this point where it's like the
problem with
de facto
consoles is
thing.
that you can't fucking play any video games that require any amount of precision whatsoever. It's impossible.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that. I tried playing Fortnite on my Switch because I was like, it's free. I guess I'll try. It was terrible.
Wait a minute. What do you mean precision? What are you talking about? The most precise thing that you will ever do in your life. The most precise, like threading through the eye of a needle fucking challenge that you will ever do is fucking the second level of Lion King, jumping between the branches on that fucking ostrich bird. You gotta do it. If you're like a pixel off, you will fucking die every time. There's nothing more precise.
With a platformer, much better design.
For the fireworks in my background.
Is there fireworks? What's going on?
I don't know. Like
the 4th of July, woo!
No, there's a place nearby, not too far from where I am, and they do like some sort of like firework festival every single day for the last week.
No. It's just a Sunday afternoon in war-torn Lithuania. The battle continues to rage.
I'm in UK.
Yeah.
It's just always the Cold War.
Right.
It's just always the Cold War.
No, you know what it is? Actually, Gib told us what it is. It's remember the 5th of November, people. Guy Fawkes Day.
Oh yeah, but it's the 11th now. I think they're past
I know,
that.
but Gib told us though that it actually isn't necessarily on that day, but in general, people just pick a day to go set off fireworks and shit just around that date. I mean, that's what Gib said.
Okay,
so
that seems very bizarre that you would say remember the 5th of November and then the actual 5th of November doesn't matter.
Do it on the right day.
Okay,
At least they're remembering
like I
it.
said,
Generally, keep in mind the 5th of November. Approximately. Would be
okay,
good.
but like I said, this place near me, it does this fireworks show every single day.
Well, you said recently,
Every
right?
single day?
For the last week or so.
What
Well, the 5th
fuck?
of November was less than a week ago, so maybe it's like a daily celebration in honor of the guy?
It might be, but I...
They're going to make sure you remember
this
it this year.
Yeah.
By blowing up your house. It's the ultimate protest.
They're too far away for that, but yeah.
By the way, guys, I might actually not be on the episode because I could be 6 feet under the ground and actually be dead. I have been, you know that feeling you get the day before you know you're going to be sick? When you sneeze once or twice and you feel a little bit weak and you're like, oh god, like this is the calm before the storm. I've had that for about 4 months now, and and yesterday I started uncontrollably projectile spitting across my room. My room was just splattered in dried up saliva.
Spitting is different from projectile vomit because you really can't control when you vomit, but you control when you spit. So
okay.
How can that be?
All right. Listen, am I going to risk choking on my own spit and dying?
Okay, all right.
Or am I going to have saliva line my
So the
entire walls?
saliva
Well,
is
look
just-
at my walls, Nate, and tell me what I picked.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, there is I have recently. This is a thing I've always had because whenever I speak, they made me wrong. God in heaven made me wrong. tongue, and he just made my tongue too fat, as well as every other part about me being too fat, so I can't speak well. So I've always just developed, whenever I talk for a long time, as I am right now, that's spit. That's saliva. Whenever I talk for more than like 5 minutes, I just develop a copious amounts of spit and sperm in my mouth. And I've now recently, because I'm just spitting up like unbelievable amounts of spit, like you could fill up like a large 99-cent McDonald's cup with my spit in like 2 hours. And it's all different colors. Some of them are like purple. Some of them are green. It's you get the full rainbow. You can taste the rainbow when you drink my spit.
Munchie's the real.
So I just have a giant
right
cup of spit right next to me right now.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's and I've been using it. I have to change it because I've been using it for like the past day, and now I guarantee you, there's like an uncontrollable like bubonic level plague being developed in this cup right now.
Munchie, maybe go see a doctor.
This is horrid. It is horrid.
No,
maybe you should do.
They're quacks, Tom. They're quacks. I don't need them.
You use this rainbow and paint a masterpiece. Paint your emotions.
Oh,
of your,
art
your
from
sickness.
adversity, art from death. Oh my
man.
God, you're right, Nate.
This will be your black star.
Let me see. I only have an hour in the next week. Well, I'm not going to go to the doctor. I'll just paint a picture with my own spit, my own bubonic
This is going to have to be part of your portfolio to get into. I have to present
don't
this.
say the name.
I didn't hear it. It got cut off. Okay, well, whatever.
Okay.
We can edit
I
it out.
have a question to change the topic for Tom and Munchie about this lost episode of yours of the RFCK. You mentioned something about a hot dog, and I was a bit curious. What discourse did you have about a hot dog?
I don't want to blow the hot dog. Keep in mind, this is not a hot dog speech. This is a hot dog speech. I don't want to blow it on PCP.
Right,
This has to remain an RFCK thing.
Damn
I
it.
will link you.
I can't believe this is gone.
If we start it up again, I will link you to the exact timestamp where we're talking about hot dogs. I will link you to it. But okay. Me and Ben recorded a fucking a 7-hour RFCK episode where we play the entirety of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And if you know fucking anything about RFCK, you know what are the 3 games I've wanted to play on RFCK since its fucking inception. Number 1, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga for the Nintendo Wii. Number 2, Webkins in browser. And number fucking 3, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the Subspace Emissary, the best fucking game ever made. And we play it all in one setting. It's a beautiful, pristine fucking episode. A return to form. We're talking about real shit constantly. It was the sad episode of RFCK where I'm talking about all my inner demons laying it all out to bear for you people, you fucking sadists to watch. We had extensive conversations about hot dogs, about text commands. It was a chock full. It was everyone in the Digi house fucking there besides Digiman. Digi came in for a second or two. It was a glorious, glorious episode, and it's fucking gone because fat people exist. Fat hard drives.
What happened?
What did those fat people do this fucking time? I'm mad.
Tom's hard drive is in a FAT file. It's a FAT format. So it can't record over fucking 4 gigabytes. So this fucking 900 gigabyte file just is corrupted forever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the problem is that we recorded to an external hard drive because I knew the file was going to be massive. So, but a few weeks before for I Am Games, we tried to use an external hard drive with the Xbox 360 to get it to play games because it needed a hard drive to play old Xbox games. And so I plugged it in, and I guess when I plugged it in, it formatted it from NTFS to FAT32 without telling me. So FAT32 is limited to 4 gigabyte file sizes. So this file easily went over 4 gigs. So instead of it stopping recording or being hey, we're going to split this up into multiple files, it was just it just corrupted itself, but kept recording nothing for
well, great.
5 hours.
Jesse, were you saying something happened to you
fucking,
like that?
a year and a half ago. Fucking, or longer maybe, fucking 10 years ago, who cares, 100 years ago, fucking, I've been around since before the dawn of time, but fucking me and Digi played, we did a 19-hour Let's Play of Super Luigi Brothers for the Wii U.
Nice.
And we touched on everything. We talked about the real shit. We got into the nitty-gritty of it. We had good times, we had laughs and gaffs. We had all that shit. It was a 20-hour fucking Let's Play. And and we even told people about it. We hyped it up, oh, when you fucks see this Luigi Bros Let's Play. Well, I have it, but it's in this weird file type that goes nowhere, in no editing software on Earth, and I don't understand what he recorded it on or how it is in that file type. Nothing else that we recorded is like that. Everything else works fine, but
maybe
Luigi Bros.
What file
type?
What
file type it is?
It's probably savable because the files do exist. It's just I can't get it to work in Vegas. And when I said every editing software, I meant just the one I have because I'm stupid.
Jesse, after this podcast,
I refuse to apply myself to anything. So if I have
I'll figure it out for you. I'm
if
curious
you tell us the
now.
file type, we might be able to save it. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
I know it's a little bit past the expiration date now, but
who cares? It doesn't matter. Everything
Art
I do
has no expiration date, Nate. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of my Let's Plays, I upload them for patrons exclusively, and then I forget about them for 3.5 years, and then I upload them for the rest of the world. So
Look,
they're all behind the times anyways.
The point of the RFCK thing is that fat shaming is real, and it's about hard drives, not people. I'm hardcore fat shaming right now. Fat32 is banned. It should no longer be compatible with anything. It is shit, and it insults me greatly that the Xbox would use Fat32 in this
We've got
year
to
of our
title
Lord
this
2018.
episode "Fat Shaming" for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, it's not just that an RFC episode is lost, which would have been a shame on its own. That would have sucked. But the whole point of us playing Brawl, aside from I wanted to play it, it was we were going to do the Slime Fest that evening as well. And so we played RFCK. We played the Subspace Emissary. And then the whole point of the Slime Fest was, okay, we're going to duel each other in Brawl, this game that we've been playing for the past fucking 9 hours. So we do that, and Slime Fest is saved. I was editing it, but it's just going to seem so fucking weird and bizarre to have the Slime Fest where we continually comment on things prior. And also, it's not particularly the most interesting video on Earth because it's us really trying hard. I think people will like it a lot due to the fact of the tone in the room. I would describe as very vicious and murderous. But the fact remains is that all we have to show for this altercation, which should have been a Kunstwerk, beautiful, someplace up in the Emissary, and then we premiere the Slime Fest. It's they're together, they're brothers, the brothers in arms. Instead, fucking Remus is dead, the episode is gone, and all we have to show for it is this fucking Slime Fest. And it's a fucking disaster and travesty.
It's like someone made the greatest anime in the world, but only saved the final episode, which is a masterpiece, but nobody knows how you got there, so it has none of the emotional weight that you would have had.
Exactly.
I mean, that's basically Clerks, the animated series.
Yeah, is that true?
They only aired the second episode and the third episode, and those were out of order. But it's the greatest anime ever made.
Wait, are there literally only 2 episodes?
No, there's 6 episodes.
Oh, okay.
But ABC only aired the third episode and then the second episode.
What?
So,
Seriously?
none of it made
the
any
second
sense.
episode is so reliant on the first one, and it's the best thing ever put on television.
It's the clip show.
Well, that's fucking bizarre.
Nate, have you never seen the show?
Tuned in.
No.
Okay,
so a lot of people, the first episode they saw was them flashing back to an episode that they hadn't seen.
Oh, God. Okay, Nate, so the reason this is so brilliant is the first episode is just a normal, funny episode of a TV show. And silly things happen. At one point, there's a scene of them basically spoofing the old Batman show, them climbing up the side of a building. And all of a sudden, it's just
why are we walking like this?
Yeah, Dante's why are we walking like this? And then the camera rotates and they're just walking along a normal floor. And it's funny.
Okay.
It's just a throwaway scene. But then the next episode, episode 2, they get locked in the freezer and it becomes a clip episode. But since there's only one episode that came before it, it's just all clips from episode 1. They constantly cut back to that scene. And they tie it into the jokes throughout the whole episode.
So it's a parody of clip shows.
It's the best thing in the entire world. It's the greatest thing ever made by a human being.
Yeah, it's one of the best written, legitimately one of the funniest cartoons ever made. And there's only 6 episodes of it.
I love the art style. It is really appealing to me. I don't know what it is specifically, because it's not, super unique. It just is really pleasant. I really like it.
It is. I like the big, the thick lines and the shape of people.
It's good.
I don't like that in this cartoon people walk on 2 legs. I prefer a cartoon where they're on 4 legs. It just appeals to my sensibilities more.
And if they could be like farm animals, like maybe horses or smaller horses or something.
That would probably do a lot for me. And it's really hard to like read characters because I have mental disabilities. So if they could just like stamp them with some, just let me know what kind of pony this is, that would be just great. That would be just great.
Yeah. Too bad they could never do something like that.
It was banned by Trump, unfortunately.
Oh my God, Gabe Newell's a brony. You think that Trump's a brony? I guarantee you. What would his favorite be? Probably like...
I mean, Rarity, because she's rich. Well, she's not rich, but
maybe
whatever.
Celestia? She's in power.
Because she's white.
Yeah.
Oh!
That was... No.
Got him. I see him being
Trump
an Iron
confirmed.
Will guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. He is very similar to that, yeah.
He's convinced Iron Will is the main character, and he won't take anything to the contrary.
I cannot...
I want to hire a Donald Trump impersonator to say that Spike is best pony into a video camera for me. And
There's probably a guy on Fiverr who does that.
Oh,
I want to get in on the
yeah.
Fiverr train, Like you can get Jesus to say something. You could get that big meme guy who was like, "Attention, Fortnite gamers! PewDiePie needs your help, but he's gonna need those credit card numbers on your mom's card and those wacky digits on the back." I want to hire those guys. I've been wanting to use them for something for a long time.
Like Raj and Tyrone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that. I don't know if those guys are still active, but there's at least a new wave in addition.
You got to just from now on, like to make your Weaguas really quick. You just write the script, bang it out in like a night, and then just send it to that guy and pay them, and that's the entire Weagua. It's just that.
Now that's efficiency.
Hello, Weagua gamers. It is me, the best guy ever, with another episode of Wee Giga.
Is that what Apu's doing now that he's fired from The Simpsons?
Oh God.
You know what, guys? I had an update on that. I heard that was actually semi-fake news. Because I think like that guy came out and said something that he heard from an editorial staff or whatever that like Apu was out. I heard later on like an actual executive of the company say that like the person who did it was not speaking on behalf of the studio. And that to not take this seriously.
Probably because
like,
they've watched that episode of Brain Dump and they're like, oh God, we're retarded. We're taking it back. We're walking it back.
Hopefully. But I heard that that's actually not true. But I mean, I don't watch The Simpsons, so I guess I don't really have the up-to-date info because I don't pay attention.
The worst thing they did, and this is my only opinion on this controversy, but the worst thing was when they like sort of like tried to address it in the show, but in like the most heavy-handed, asinine way they could have, where like they just had Marge and Lisa like break character and look at the screen like and look and just say like, oh, here's fucking some things will be addressed in time maybe, or if at all, and they like then there's like a framed picture of Apu like on Lisa's like what it made like
that was
here's
weird.
the thing, like either say fuck you to the critics or say okay, we're sorry, you win to the critics, but like it was this weird like middle ground. Like, I don't care if you kowtow to them or not. Just do, like, why address it at all if you're going to do it in this wishy-washy, basically saying nothing way? It was weird.
Yeah.
Like, it was just really, like, off-putting and slimy feeling, the way that, like, they looked at the camera and said, hey, we know that some guy doesn't like it. It's like, stop, don't ever do that, please.
Yeah, they were literally addressing it, but in not a satisfying way for anybody. And if, like the South Park guys, if they heard this, they would literally make an episode saying, fuck you, and just fill it with Indian stereotypes and just, like, completely...
Well, they did. They did an episode about the Apu thing recently. It was about Mr. Hanky, like, tweeting things on Ambien, like Roseanne. The episode was called The Trouble with Apu.
Oh, shit.
And at the end of the episode, Mr. Hanky gets run out of town and has to move to Springfield. And Apu is there. And that's... And then I go, oh, that was a chuckle. Good job, boys.
Like, at least they have courage of their convictions, whether or not you agree with them or not. It's kind of like it's just respect. It's like an honorable opponent, even if you're like a far left wing. At least you're like, well, these guys are making their opinions clear. They say fuck you, or so I don't know. Maybe they're actually more sympathetic. Have not seen the episode, but I'm assuming.
You walk into an immigrant internment camp and this guy slaps your girlfriend on the ass. What do?
Slap some fucking gas chambers on him. That's what I do.
Look at it. Look at his eyes. They aren't looking at you. They aren't looking at anything. They don't have
no.
this
They're looking
life in
at
them
everything.
whatsoever.
It's contemplating the universe right now.
You just told that he's
That's some
laid
fourth
off.
dimensional consciousness.
I would like The Simpsons to slowly kill off every character until there's only like 2 left and it becomes a totally different show.
Oh my god, what if they did an episode about, like, infant death and fucking Maggie dies?
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Just make it happen. Just make it happen.
And in the next
Well,
episode, she's fine again. They never mention it, like when fucking
that'd
Brian
be good.
died on Family Guy.
Guys, should we go to the questions? I think
I
it's
think
we're at that
you've
point.
done enough for these freaks.
right on this baby death question.
Yeah.
Let's do an elegant transition. Here we go. All right, question. Here it is. Oh wait, I gotta go to the right fucking channel so I don't fill the thing. It's our friend OneSpar, who seems to always be the last guy who... I don't choose OneSpar first on purpose. He, like, always seems to be the guy who left the most recent comment when I record, which I think he does on purpose because he's smart. He knows that, like, if he does it right before the episode starts, that's when I do them. Or maybe he's just lazy. I don't know. That could be it, too. Anyway, let's hear what he's got to say today. It's called OneSpar Woke Up Late. Go.
Atominous is an awkward thing to say. Other than that, it's an amazing game.
Oh, Davoo's
I've been
game.
having a lot of fun with it. Everyone should play it right now. Go download it. That's it.
Cool. All right.
Cool. I left that in to remind me to be like, Davoo's game's out, guys. Davoo's game is out.
It is out.
At the moment.
That's cool.
I don't think... Okay, I don't think any of us have played it, but not because I didn't want to. I tried to play it last night, but the download was gone, so I didn't have the ability to play it. And I was busy
It's not on
today.
itch anymore?
Wherever on the website it was. There will be a link in the description. I don't...
Maybe he pulled it as
there
doing
was no
bug fixing.
download, like, when I looked or something. It said on the website it's down because he had to fix something or something.
I played it.
But it's there now. Oh, shit,
Whoa.
Gibbs here. Excellent. Perfect.
Just in
I wanted to
fucking
hear
time.
from you.
Yes, Davoo's game Atominous.
What do you think?
Sorry, I'm a little out of breath.
He ran. He heard the call.
No, I'm a little out of breath because I was just like burning some IKEA furniture, but it had like weird chemicals in it, and I couldn't breathe, and it was terrible.
That's cool.
You know how it goes with burning things.
Yeah.
All right.
Burning
burning
furniture
down the
for
neighborhood.
warmth
Yeah.
in this tough economy.
So Atominous is a very it's a very Davoo game. Here's my game review.
Well, cool.
It's good, and it's short, and it's very Davoo. It's a game about clicking on pieces of furniture in a house and reading the flavor text. And it's like
That
very
actually
much
sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like you do that in every single video game ever, but not a single time is it actually supposed to be funny, except sometimes. Like sometimes when it's a comedy-based game, like they put a bit of comedy in there. But like imagine Davoo being funny, but like with every item in an entire house. Like the amount of things that there's just a lot of funny stuff in there, and it's really cute and really tight. I didn't have any problems with like it crashing. And I downloaded the original version, so I don't know what's up with that. Even Davoo is confused.
Okay.
But it's... the music also. Basically, you know how, like, last time I was talking about how Deltarune is, like... I don't really care about, like, the meta stuff in Undertale. Deltarune is just scratches an itch that doesn't get scratched, generally. Of, like, nice characters and a quirky setting with, like, easy enough gameplay. And this is basically Davoo's, like, was it an attempt to do that. He didn't know Deltarune was coming out, obviously, none of us did. And so his, like, game coming out was, like, unfortunate, but it is the same sort of Deltarune scratching sort of, not like a huge game, like an hour, 2 hours, but it's very much in that same vein of, like, quirky, fun, and simple, and it's great, and I really like it, and it's a really good job.
Well, dude,
I think
I'm
it's
actually
really cool.
super fucking excited to go play it. I
think
wish
it's-
I'd had a chance to before the episode, but I'm definitely going to do it right after.
It's really
later
cool that
today.
some of us are like making games. Like a bunch of us are making games, and
Yeah.
anything that's not a YouTube video, because I'm like so over like YouTube videos in and of themselves as a thing.
Yeah.
Like people who fucking make games and draw and shit. That's cool, man. It's cool. I want to do cool stuff like that. And speaking of drawing, here's a topic. Let's talk about my sweet new drawing tablet.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Tom Oliver.
Courtesy of Tom Oliver. He sent me this because I was fucking complaining about not being able to draw, and now I can draw. And I've been drawing
Do you
comics.
have any masterpieces to share with us? I would love to see one.
I do. I mean, should we show them in this episode or like a drawcast? Because I don't know.
If you want, we could certainly.
You could put some in the show notes.
Drawcasts are a specific thing.
If
We'll
you
link
wanna,
in the show notes if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to have them out
I don't know what I'm
public.
gonna do with these yet. If I'm gonna like make a place to upload them all or something, or like I don't know, because I thought it'd be cool to have like a webcomic or something, and I've mostly been drawing like weird monsters and like weird self-portraits of me being fat on the beach and stuff. With like a
I mean, there's always
DeviantArt
DeviantArt just to host them.
Yeah, I do have an old DeviantArt page that I haven't uploaded. I'm working on a Batman comic right now, like a long, I don't know, maybe 3 pages.
Okay.
of like a Batman comic, and it's called "The Joker Rapes at Midnight." The plot
sounds good.
The plot of it is that the Joker, he hijacks the news feed or whatever. He makes an ultimatum. He says, "Tonight, I'm either going to rape 1,000 babies, or I'm going to rape Batman. So if Batman cares about this city, he will offer his ass to me." And that's the dilemma that Batman has to... Is one man's pride worth 1,000 babies' virginities? We're going to find out in The Joker Rapes at Midnight.
Well, that sounds fascinating.
Jesse, is this going to be the beginning of a revival of Double Batman and Triple Joker?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to get some real shit now?
That would be glorious. That would be glorious.
And then I was thinking, like, man, if I really, like, just started drawing Batman comics, like, I wonder what I could legally do with them. Like, could I publish them in something if they were, like, technically a parody? Because, like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just change a letter.
There's only one way to find out, dude. There's only one way.
Because that would be awesome to, like, release a book of, like, like a fucking comic book. That would be the coolest shit ever.
That would be fucking dope. Well, fucking fantastic. I can't wait to see it. I guess let's go to the next question here. This is one from a fan of the show, Never Paint. Friend. Reliable draw guy. Draws all kinds of cool stuff. Check him out. Let's see what he has to say.
PCP Dating Sim is a real good project. I'm designing detailed background art right now, painting the sacred house of a PCP University campus. It's really fun. My question. What would be your perfect dating location? Doesn't need to have any ties to reality. Answers are appreciated.
Oh, man. My ideal dating location would be on the set of Joker Rapes at Midnight. That would be my ideal scenario. Yeah. So Never Paint here is advertising the PCP dating sim. Shit, what was the Twitter link for that? I think it was PCP Dating, at PCP Dating. I'm going to go double check. But so apparently it's real. People are working on it, confirmed by Never Paint here. Yeah, at PCP Dating. That's the one. Follow him on Twitter.
I'm not sure I
team.
like that the handle. Like, that could be misconstrued.
It's not great. PCP, yeah, like literally date us. Go to PCP Dating. We need girlfriends. Please sign up if you're a girlfriend.
Nothing that says PCP in the title is ever going to be good. I've been saying this for fucking 5 years.
Sure. But hey, it's already happening and we can't stop
My ideal dating scenario would be a national land or a sort of government building, maybe a statue, moments before a terrorist attack. So when we start to get in the mood and maybe we kiss for the first time, the bombs start to drop.
That sounds good. Maybe you could time your orgasm with instant death. That'd be ideal.
Whoa! That's a step too far. I would say nothing about orgasms.
Okay, you're right. I'm getting carried away here. Forgive me.
My ideal...
on my wedding night, I want a 9/11 to happen at the moment of climax. That would be ideal.
My ideal dating scenario would be like a proper LARP, like an actual LARP, like not like Dungeons and Dragons with like, I got you with lightning bolt. Like you get like a real like suit of armor, you get your real like torches with the flames on them, and you're like, oh yes, I'm staying in character for a whole month, and I'm out here in the fields. Like I got a real tent, and I'm like that would be the real shit. And you got like. I mean, you got foam swords, because you don't want to kill anyone, but you got a real sword that is for show, and you're like, yes, it's real sharp, guys. That's that, and then that'll be that. That's the one.
My ideal one would be, is basically imagine like a pretty nature scene with like a river and forest and stuff like that, except everything is pastel purple and sparkly.
Sounds good.
Of course.
Mine would be like it's like a beautiful like a Scottish glen, or like the Highlands where everything's green and it's like overlooking cliffs and stuff, and it's all beautiful and serene. But also you can see planets in the sky, so you know that you're not on Earth. And and also there's like
cool.
maybe like a dinosaur somewhere, and like a big fucking another dinosaur.
What if you're both riding dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
The dinosaurs, some of them have saddles because we've tamed them in this society on this planet that I've invented just now.
Have you tamed them, or have they tamed you? That's the question.
So
I think it's it's like a symbiotic relationship. I think we've tamed each other. We bring out the best in each other, man and dinosaurs.
Wait, I don't know why I said LARP for some reason. Like it was said it could be like not real places.
Could be anything, yeah.
So I would be like the scene from Game of Thrones where Jon gets stabbed. I want to reenact that. Who's Jon? Who's Jon?
Who are you in this situation?
That's the question. That's the eternal question. They'll have to figure that out.
I don't know. I'm thinking, I guess just on the bow of a spaceship hurtling off toward adventure, to parts unknown, to discover the wonders of the universe. I mean, pretty simple, but yeah, that's literally what I want to be doing with life.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Uncovering secrets.
I'm going to change my answer to that. In fact, put everyone in space.
I want to change mine. My dream date scenario would be we're getting home. Maybe we're getting a little bit frisky. You and me, unnamed player. Maybe we're getting the mood. then we turn the corner, and then before we can even register, total shock fills our body, and then Nostalgia Critic says, "What are you doing in this video?" And we've actually on the set of recording of the Nostalgia Critic, and instead of having sexual relations like how we thought, we actually have to pretend that we're reviewing a movie.
Oh shit! Yeah. I would be like in an angry video game nerd episode. I've changed mine as well. I'm gonna be in the video game den. Yeah, I'm gonna point out like, let's play this game, nerd. And he's like, okay. He's just sort of there for some reason on the date that I'm having.
I'm sure Ben would be at the fanciest of restaurants, out back by the dumpster, overflowing with leftovers and ingredients. It's a smorgasbord out there. With a fun, literally Lady and the Tramp situation. Literally Lady and the Tramp. That's actually romantic. So you know what? That totally works.
Yeah, and then I'd be like on a beach, like a tropical Hawaiian beach, where all the girls are like beautiful, and there's only girls, and there's no other boys but me. But but like also, it's not just a beach. It's also in like a plastic dome in space, and so it's like a space station of domes with different ecosystems in them, and so you can go in the tubes like hamster tubes from one to the other to get from the beach to the skiing slope and stuff. Oh, yeah. And also there's like little graves on the beach because there was like a Normandy situation at some point. so there's little white crosses all along the shoreline.
That does sound good. Oh, you could also go for some like End of Eva imagery with those crosses out in the distance.
There's also an Evangelion beach, but that's different from the tropical beach. There's many domes. There's many domes in my space station. Many domes.
Many domes.
That's the name of my book.
I just want a cyberpunk future where I have like robot prosthetics. I live forever, and I have a robot dong that can be as big as it needs to be. Yeah. Because that's the whole point of cybernetics, anyways, right?
I want Tom Sexine to be like, those extremely overly animated, like, robo combination animations they do in the old Super Robot animations. It'd be that, only robo cock with robo vagina. And just,
like animated 24 FPS on ones, overly detailed.
Flying.
Yeah.
Tom's date scenario should be you show up to the determined meeting place, maybe like a fancy restaurant or something, and then you're like, "Where's Tom?" Then it cuts back to him debugging his game, looking at the time, and like, "Oh, well, I fucked up," and then going back. to bed.
just like Flubber with he was always late and forgot dates and stuff because he actually doesn't give a shit, even though he says it's because he's quote unquote so in love. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't buy it. You're a bad husband or whatever. All right, well, that's everybody. Let's go to the next question. Next is from Hippo Shit. Hippo Shit.
Oh, another one.
Oh no.
Let's see what he has.
Hello, friends. If our lovely, dearly friendly neighborhood hypocrite is looking for a new show to watch, then perhaps you should check out Hilda on Netflix, as it is similar to the Steven universe. a pantheon of cartoons, you see, so he might enjoy it. And it also is all out at once, so it's the opposite of Steven Universe. Yeah,
I can't tell.
the whole message.
I can't tell if he's doing a cool voice or if he's just cool.
Yeah.
What do they say, Hilda?
Either. Hilda,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard
Googled
good things
ahead of
about
time.
it, so...
People
And
have
it's
been
all out,
recommending
which is great.
it to me.
Is it-
I'll
Yeah.
give it a gander. I'll give it a little peek.
You know, I watched some of Over the Garden Wall, which was
Dude,
out
I'm
a while
over that
ago.
garden wall.
And it looked pretty. I
show's
meant to
fucking
finish
great.
it.
Finish
yeah,
it.
it was really good.
Fucking
Dude, I
finish
just
it.
watched the fucking season 2 of the Castlevania show. It was so.
Oh, I just
good.
watched that
don't,
yesterday
don't
as
spoil,
well.
don't spoil. I'm watching it. Please don't spoil.
Okay, I won't spoil it, but like I couldn't believe how good it was because I didn't really watch season 1. I sort of like skimmed through like the first episode and I saw like the a la carte episode where he's introduced, but that's really like all I saw of it. So I just kind of jumped into season 2 without fucking knowing anything, and like it was like such a ride. It was so like good. Like there was so much character. Like even everyone had like a backstory and a personality.
Yeah.
Like even like the underlings of like the bad guys had like their own little like arcs and stuff. There was like a whole
that's pretty dope.
like half the series was like Alucard and fucking what's his face and the lady girl.
Trevor and Cypher.
Trevor, come on,
Hang it.
Cool.
Look,
He's
man,
good.
I'm old. I don't remember names of characters in shows anymore. That's like a dad thing. So I just like say like the fat one. That's so like half of it was them in a library like talking and like jiffing and jiving with each other and like, you know, well, you're a jerk. Well, you're my friend too, buddy. And so but then the other half was like in Dracula's camp and all of his like underlings and all of his spooky friends, and they're all like bickering amongst themselves and they're all like plotting and scheming under each other and like backstabbing each other, and I'm like, this is just a good fucking time.
That
is
sounds
what
like
this is.
that sounds
watch
like orcs from Lord of the Rings, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
all right.
There's another show that I watched just last night because I was at a person's house and everyone fell asleep, and I'm always the last one to fall asleep, so there was a TV in front of me. So I ended up watching this show that I never heard of called Norsemen. And it's like a Scandinavian...
We're the Horsemen. Hey.
It's like a Scandinavian show, and it's like sort of like a Game of Thrones or a Vikings type show. Like you think it's like that, but it's a comedy, and it's sort of like Flight of the Conchords, but Vikings.
Oh shit!
And
that
like,
sounds great.
Yeah, the tone of it was like that really like awkward, like everyone's kind of a doof comedy, but like it had like a really cool balance of tone where like it's really really funny and silly and absurd, but also when they start killing people, it is like it's done like straight, like a real like Vikings are killing people and it's scary kind of show. So like it was a really well done. I liked it, and I watched like the whole first season in bed, and it was a good time.
It reminds me a little bit of this manga Vinland Saga that I think is getting an anime. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Yeah, mostly was serious Viking stuff, which was really great, and I loved it. But then there was some humor, so whatever. It was good. It was good. All right. Let's go to the next question. This is from Nibbo the Hoe. Or is it Nibboey the Hoe?
Oh my god, that's the emissary of education. A consort.
It is.
Nibboy.
Well, welcome. Please
Nibbo.
educate us.
This one goes out to Nate and Digibro. You guys are the only two people that have ever thought about what would it be like to be your kid, or what would it be like to have you as my dad? And for Nate, I think it's just he'd be a quirky guy, quirky dad, but overall really good, except for that he gives way too many lectures. And for Digibro,
that's fair.
Well, God. He's just gonna be a shit dad. he's gonna have his kids doing things they don't want to do from his happiness projection. He's gonna be wrong, and he's gonna tell them wrong things. That's my prediction. It's truth.
They'll have no one to tell them that their dad is wrong.
Talk about
true.
dads. Shit.
You're damn right I included that because you aren't here to defend yourself, Digi. Haha, take that.
I like the idea of, I just like the image of, instead of like a dad forcing his kids to play sports, he's forcing them to make YouTube vlogs and review anime and shit.
Like,
I
Daddy,
can't
I want to
wait.
know Web 3.0 is coming. It's coming. We have to be on the cutting edge of it. Dad, you've been saying that for the past 19 years of my existence. No, it's coming!
I want to run around outside and look at bunnies!
Yeah,
no,
they're just going to have
tell them
normie
what
kids
you think
and not going to
about
know what to do with it. It's going to be
whatever.
great.
You can see
Dad,
rabbits on Google
some
image
history
search,
books.
you little bastard.
So, Dad, I started reading some history books, and I started, researching some math textbooks. What do you think? What's the point of being smart? Why aren't you fucking? What's the point of
He
being
did
smart?
make that
Argue
argument.
with me, son. Argue with me.
Argue with me, son. I feel like Digi's son or daughter is going to become a doctor just to spite him.
Get the most education possible.
It's usually how it works. Like fuck you, Dad. I'll be exactly the opposite.
Oh my
of what
god! Can you imagine the fucking just like screw you it would get if Digi has a son or a daughter and they are determined to go to college and he has to co-sign on those loans and pay back all that money. Oh my god! I want him to have a kid now. This has to happen.
Okay, imagine, Nate, you want to be a father too, and I have inklings of the same thing. But this is not the way. Like, this is not Munchie and Nate Bestman are going to have children. This is going to be pretty far in the future. Not like like a billion years or anything. But this isn't I would say that. I mean, me. I'm just gonna refer to you because it's weird to refer to myself. You're gonna have a few fucking years. Probably. I mean, I don't want to. Probably 5 or something. You're probably gonna change a whole bunch in that time. But Digi wants to have a child now, and it will be Digi Bro having the child.
It will not.
It
be
will
Digi
be
Man.
the YouTuber man, Digi Bro, in his current state of not being able to wake up in the morning and drinking constantly. That would be a father for an actual human being.
He's gonna be the future vlogs. It's just gonna have like the reflective glass is gonna have a baby in one corner and then May's butt in the other. At all times.
And he'll make that his icon.
That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty fucking sick.
Thoroughly roasted, Digi. Show up next time to defend yourself. That's all I have to say. All right, what do we got next? A feast for hands. A feast for hands. HANDS. Tell us your thoughts.
Hello. I believe I can be a broker between the two parties of this PCP union you have here. See, for Starfleets to truly come into fomention,
no, I don't think it is.
To be created, the power of dreams have to be harnessed as the fuel source
Starfleet
for this
versus
new
dreams.
advanced society. Thus, the Violet Nathans will arise as a new fusion.
That's the worst name I've ever heard.
Patara earrings. Yes, just like the animes that are watched.
What a worthwhile comment.
The Violet Nathans.
The Violet Nathans. Well, I did choose to play that, so I guess I'm the one at fault.
What the fuck?
Moving on.
Decimated.
I apologize. Jevelman. This is from Jevelman.
The Untitled character.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Deltarune alternative theorist here. I just wanted to point out that when you guys said that during the Asriel potential reveal that, Susie didn't really react, but if you look at her sprite, she's all hunched back and she's got her arms all twisted up like she's nervous and her eyes are bigger than bowling balls. So I think you guys need to really reanalyze the scene if you really want to be games or extensions of games, as it were.
As it were.
I don't appreciate my status
kids,
being challenged.
It's me, Roscoe the Clown. I do birthday parties. I do bar mitzvahs. I do all that shit.
And I do analysis on YouTube as well.
Check out my YouTube page at youtube.com/channels /SDF lowercase d g uppercase h.
I don't have enough subscribers for a unique URL yet, but subscribe so I can get one. Have you met my brother, Vinny the Fortune Teller? Hey, it's me, Vinny the Fortune Teller. I do bar mitzvahs, I do kids' birthdays, I do all that shit.
Vinny, what are you doing in this bar mitzvah? I came in through the rift.
Okay, next comment. Do it, I dare you. What do you do, friend?
On this day of which I am delivering pizzas, as I currently do that, I pondered, I thought. The most important of questions. Does PCP, Sled Gang, do they stand atop the white peaks and conquer the mountains with a plastic
Is this an Edgar Allan Poe
thing
poem?
meant to carry
No.
1 to 3 humans?
He's talking about a sled, I think.
Does the PCP Sled Gang? This is what we need to know.
I think he's currently sledding, like, in
No.
the episode.
I think he was. Well, maybe. I thought he was talking about delivering. If you deliver pizzas on a sled, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
The pizza shop's at the top of the mountain, and he has to. That's the
He
fastest
sleds
way
down
to, get down.
to any individual house.
Makes sense.
That was like a fucking.
Yeah.
That guy. I don't know. That was like a. Chilling and killing my sweet Annabelle Lee on the cliffs over the sea.
I think what he was getting at is that we should make a Jamaican bobsled team.
He's right.
Can I be the sled?
Dude, you're plenty big enough.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm more interested in everyone's fucking voices than their actual questions. I don't even know what the questions are.
I always like to include the diversity of voices here. It's nice. It adds a lot of depth to the episode. Let's see what number 8, Hideyasu, has for us.
You guys tend to refer to the PCP as a sort of friendship simulator.
Yeah,
I completely agree, because anyone who's willing to listen to this dumpster fire of a podcast clearly has some issues to sort out, myself included.
Roasted.
My problem with this is that I have yet to find anybody who has the same interests and works on the same wavelength that I do. So while this may be a friendship simulator, it's not like I have many other options available to me. I like the few friends that I do have, but frankly they don't have much to offer besides the fact that they're just fun to hang out with. They're not the type of people who are going to give me advice and help me with my goals, etc., etc., and they're not willing to listen to my advice. How can I find friends to have more intelligent and meaningful discussion with, so that I can finally quit listening to this podcast and do something more valuable with my time?
Yeah, okay.
I think just find people, however difficult that may be, find people who are like into the most obscure shit that you're also into, because they'll probably be on a deeper wavelength.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, look into yourself and ask yourself, how many people do you actually meet day to day? Because the number's probably quite low, so you're probably not exposing yourself to a lot of people, which is understandable if you're young and stuff. Join clubs, hang out on forums with like-minded people, and you just meet more people, because you'll meet a lot of shitty people who you don't care about and aren't cool, but that will expose you to an opportunity to meet more good people, I guess. So yeah, do that.
Most of the people who are like no one relates to me. Like there's no one that is on the same like unbelievably genius wavelength that I am. There's no one that knows the real deep shit, the truly obscure stuff like 4chan.net. Like no one understands it like I do.
Yeah.
Most of the time they just are in their room and don't even make an attempt to fucking actually meet people. And you expect to bump into your best friend at the supermarket whenever you are forced to leave your room. I'm not saying that's what you are. I'm just saying I think everyone in the world who has the sentiment overestimates how hard it is to meet like-minded people. Because there aren't, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but you aren't that special, dude. You aren't that fucking crazy or that obscure or that insane that no one's going to be able to get what you're putting down unless you're talking to people who legitimately just don't get it, which I'm sure is the vast majority of people, but I'm saying not that fucking hard. Go on a forum. Find what are your interests? Go to a forum. Oh, but I don't want to go on a forum because that's fucking gay. Okay, you aren't making an attempt to find new people. You don't want to go out to a club because, they wouldn't get it anyway. Like, you don't want to go out to your fucking college club. You don't want to go out to any, flyers down the street or whatever. You're not making the attempt. If you don't do that, then you can't fucking say that you're trying your best to make friends, because what are you doing? You're saying that you can't make friends and then staying in the house, making a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you want to have people relate to you, fucking try at all, and you will find people very soon.
I don't
Just
think
about
that this podcast or any podcast should be used as a replacement for like actual relationships and actual friends. And it sounds like this guy like has friends. He just feels like he's not getting like deep conversations out of them or like talking about the real shit. But I think this might be one of those situations where the most valuable thing you can do is nothing, because I think that like having all the same interests and having like big deep like conversations is overrated, and what really matters is just being with your friends at all and even doing nothing. Like, you'll regret not taking every opportunity to just be around the people who like you, regardless of whether you're fucking talking about fucking issues or whatever. You know?
Completely agree with you, Jesse. Just any human interaction at all with your friends is good. I would even say, if you aren't getting like the deep conversations you want, maybe you can instigate that. I mean, don't just wait for it to happen. Just don't wait for your friends to bring up things that are, heavy hitting. If you want to do that, and it's not weird, and obviously you're talking about Spider-Man, talking about, oh man, Spider-Man Homecoming was so good. Don't bring out how your father's dead and your dog shot himself. Just if the mood's right, try and do that yourself. Like, bring up the things that interest you. Because guaranteed, if your friends aren't shitters, then they'll care about you, and they'll want to hear what's on your mind. I don't think...
He said something in there. He said something in there about his friends not being willing to listen to his advice. So I get that this guy wants to think about, like, making it and probably, like, making progress and growing and developing as a person, and he wants people that share that interest. It's possible that you're an asshole and you're not that smart or interesting. That's definitely possible, and that's why they're not listening. But it's also part that they legitimately don't share your interests, which is fine. Like, sure, if they're your friends, you can enjoy hanging out with them. But if you really just don't have friends that you connect with, yes, you've got to go find the people, I guess, or at the very least, challenge the people that are your current friends in new ways. Try to get them involved in things, maybe. See if they take... Because, I had lots of friends in college that, like, I would try to do stuff. I was not, like, a productive god, but I'd try to do some things. Some people were interested, some people weren't. Okay, so now you know which people you're more interested in hanging around with. And, like, people who, like, contribute to what you're trying to do, you can hang out with them more, and people who don't, like, it's fine. It's not a judgment, just hang out with the people who do what you want to do more. And most importantly... Yeah, I say make new friends, go out, do things, put yourself in situations where you meet people, because if you're just home being sad, you've got a 0% chance of meeting people that you like hanging out with. If you do anything at all, go out, join clubs, join forums, talk to people, maybe go to like meetup.com or something, like try to find places where like-minded people are gathering.
It's easier than ever to find people of common interest to you. It's literally clicks away. Clicks away.
Also, I don't think that you should... expect or desire to have your advice listened to by your friends or anyone. Advice is like the worst. Like, you don't want to be the guy who gives advice, because nobody wants advice ever. Advice is totally worthless, because no matter how much you think that your outside perspective will help, you don't know the person. You're not in their brain. You don't know every facet of it. So they're going to hear your advice and go, you fucking idiot. You don't know. It's not that fucking simple. Like,
that's true.
Nobody ever wants to hear advice. All anyone wants to hear, if they're like having a hard time and they're like confiding in you or coming to you, all they want is to be listened to and be heard. They don't necessarily want you to like throw, oh, well, you should do this at them, because nobody wants that shit. It's obnoxious.
The PCP has always been like a voice for kind of niche and an off-color opinions. It's always been this case.
And I realize that I just gave the advice not to give advice. I realize the contradiction. Don't try to call me out on it. I'm fucking self-aware.
A lot of people who watch the PCP, a lot of fans of the PCP, have been genuinely like indoctrinated in a way to firmly believe all like the foundational beliefs of the PCP. A lot of them have been,
I don't even believe that
grown
shit.
up on Starfleet and shit like that. Which and so I just want to say, for the record, well, of course, having people who are goal oriented, people who are doing their shift, obviously this is beneficial. We've talked about this for fucking a billion episodes at this point. What we hold to be true and what we expect and what we like as a consciousness here. But it is not to diminish the fact that it is extremely valuable to have friends who are just funny or kind.
Yeah.
Being a kind person who is nice and generous, or would give you the clothes off their back if you need them. That is an extremely valuable type of person to have because they're fucking nice. Kindness is not often regarded here in these circles, which is not like a bad thing. We're talking about other things, but you should keep in mind that those things are good. And listen to your friends, and just don't expect them to be like the PCP. Appreciate them for what they are, and that's probably nice people.
Yeah. You definitely want to have people like that around you for sure, because like the problem with having nothing but creative people around you is, like, especially like people like for instance myself, are like autistically obsessed with their work, is that their work's always going to come first, and like that's going to be their number one concern. And so if soup comes to nuts, they're going to fucking abandon you to work on their shit. If you have friends, you need a mixture of people who are creative, who will help inspire you if you have those kind of aspirations, but you also need people who are just like friendly, that you can just like, when you need to take a break, you have somebody who like isn't gonna, in the back of their mind, like you, like, I gotta get back to work eventually. Like, this is the work. The work is being social and having a good time because that's what they want to do in their lives. Part of that will rub off on you, and you will stop being so autistically obsessed with your work, and you can find that balance that you might not naturally have. One of my best friends in real life has no aspirations other than playing video games and doing his job, and for some reason, like, when I hang out with him, it just clicks. Like, we hang out once in a blue moon because he's like living his real life. He's like a therapist. He like went to like real school and shit. But like,
absolutely,
we grew up as kids, like pretty close by. We just went to the game store and played cards and shit. And like, when we hang out, it's just that again, and all of my cares go away, and I'm just hanging out with my friend that I've known for like 15 years. I'm not thinking about art. I'm just thinking about playing games, having a good time. And like, I'm very rarely in that headspace, and it's super healthy, and I wish he was closer so we could do it more often, because it is good to have that balance.
I absolutely, man. I know the exact feel. I just last night went and saw one, like, my best friend from high school, who I never see anymore. Like, the first time I've seen him in like a year and a half, maybe. And like what you said, it was just this like feeling of like, oh, I'm like out of it for one night. I'm out of the internet. I'm out of my fucking room. I'm out of this creative shit. I'm just with a person who is my friend and who is kind, and we like each other, and we can fucking get drunk and like fucking hug each other and be like, oh, I fucking love you and I miss you, you fucking bastard. It's the most important thing in the world. Like, kindness trumps everything. Fuck anyone who is creative. Fuck anyone.
Could not resonate more.
Man.
Could not.
Fuck anyone who thinks that they're smarter than you, or who has an attitude, or who is arrogant, or who is like just like an asshole. Fuck anyone who has like delusions of grandeur. None of it is all bullshit. Oh, like, kindness is the ultimate human trait. It's the only thing you need. Just like, don't fucking expect things out of your friends except for kindness. That's the only thing that matters. Just be with them and fucking watch football or some gay shit.
I have a Venn diagram. I have a Venn diagram in my head of people who are useful to me, and then people who are my friends. These are separate categories, but there is overlap between them.
Yes, a Venn diagram, exactly.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, what you're laying down. I'm on it. I'm in it.
And
final point.
Wait,
sorry. I was going to say the only thing I wanted to make about this whole friendship thing is it's possible you're underestimating your friends. So I'm just going to say, don't forget that you do need to cultivate friendships to get more kind of out of them. So don't expect you just meet someone and they're an NPC and you can immediately exhaust all their dialogue and ideas. So, just be aware that friendships need to grow before people will share some things with you or their stuff. So it's possible you just met these quote-unquote friends that you described, like, yesterday, and so it's natural for them to not, be sharing everything they got. So I'm just saying, don't underestimate them. Don't assume they got nothing going on.
Ancillary to, like, all of this advice, like, this is secondary, not as important, but there's one, like, pretty, it's not easy, but, like, a simple way to, like, attract people that you like more or are like-minded is just to be a better version of yourself, like, to be the coolest guy in the room. So, like, maybe work on improving how cool you are and how charismatic you are and how much, how many people gravitate towards you. It would just make it easier than you being kind of lame and having to go up to everyone.
Very true. That's very true.
I always think of something that, like, people, like, what we were saying before about, like, people being sort of indoctrinated into, like, PCP, like, stuff that we've said. Like, not everything that we've said is like, meant to be taken totally seriously. Like, this has
Very
always
true.
been kind of a comedy podcast. Like, I know there's stuff that I've said, especially in early episodes of this podcast, that I would, like, probably vehemently disagree with now, or that I have, like, totally the opposite stance on. Like, sometimes I've had people, like, it's the worst when someone agrees with something that you said years ago that you no longer fucking even remember you said, let alone agree with. Like, I've had people going, like, oh, man, like, remember what Jesse said sometimes about how, like, people who aren't creative aren't real people. I totally agree with that. And it's like, no, don't agree with me. That's the worst thing I've ever said. That's the most evil thing that's ever come out of my mouth, except for what I said to the Carney lady when I was a kid. That was a totally different thing.
I've had numerous experiences very recently when fans would come up to me and like say like and like say in like one long post like I'm sorry, like I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, like I know that you're so fucking busy right now and I shouldn't be messaging you at all, like I understand that I'm a fan, but and then they go on to like they're like really well thought out and like cool like
I get that too. Like I get comments where it's like, oh man, I hope Jesse doesn't ban me for this, but I really like this video, and I like, and I'm like, dear God, are people really that frightened of me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for banning anyone ever.
Yeah, I just want everyone to know that I do not hate fans. I've never even been the one to say that. Just in the PCP, and people think that's what they think. No, you can talk to me whenever you want. It's literally not a big deal.
I love talking to people on my Discord, on Twitter. Like that's. The interaction's great because I don't get
if you're
a lot
nice
of it because
to
I'm
me,
a shut-up.
then I like you. That's it.
I prefer to interact with people like either over Twitter DMs or in groups on Discord. I don't like people PMing me or DMing me on Discord out of nowhere. That's kind of scary. I don't know how.
I'm down with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's cool. If you got stuff you want to say to me, questions or whatever, just something that you thought I'd be interested in, or I don't know, whatever. My Discord's fucking public use, just like my ex-wife. Sure showed her.
I think literally all of us have like a private Discord, or not a private, but like a specific to us Discord.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get along with all the people in there. They have
all the people in my Discord are cool shit.
They're fucking cool. Shout outs to everybody in there. Call into the PCP. Call into the PCP. You have good voices. You have funny voices.
I really feel like what that kid was saying in that voicemail about like feeling like his friends aren't like stimulating him intellectually like he wants, because like I feel like I used to be kind of in the same place where like I got in a mode for a couple years where I was like, man, I don't have anything in common with my friends anymore. I have more in common with my creative friends on the internet. But like a couple years after that, like that was just like a phase for like a couple years, and then like after that, like I'm back to now I think that all creative people are fucking evil narcissists and sociopaths who should fucking bleed out and die in the street. And regular people who just work regular jobs and like are cool on the weekends, those are my people. That's who I want to be around now. So I've totally flooped the pig on that one. I've totally flipped.
Kill them all. That's what I say. All right, let's go to the next call. There's two more. This one's from PCP fan Unconditional Hate Guy. So let's get ready for a roasting thoroughly.
Hey guys, this season of the PCP has been pretty fucking great from like a character motivation sense. So keep that shit up. I mean, I know y'all are just faking your lives. But anyways, I just wanted to say I think it's really fucking rich that Digi thinks that having a child is any less of a risk than college. In fact, it has just about the same potential downsides, but greater. So, like, if we're gonna grill someone who's, like, 18, and everyone in their fucking lives remembers when they were 18 and they didn't know what the fuck they were gonna do with their lives, even if you got advice, you don't have to beat a man into the ground when basically he's going because his mom wants him to go. It's gonna happen. So if we could just... Yeah!
You hear that?
That kind of...
Good stuff, but wow.
That kind of sounded like Victor, like in disguise, calling in to yell at his brother.
Well, whatever. I mean, Digi made his points. Fair enough. He was clearly drunk. I think he probably walked back a good bit of that from the episode.
No. I don't.
He was pretty much on the same wavelength in person when we had that discussion before.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I gotta say,
believe
I really just don't get the whole, like just saying like I want to have kids or I'm not gonna have kids, like deciding one or the other. Like I guess it's because like
I agree.
I come from a background where having kids is not something that people decide.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. Like, my view on it is, like, I'm just going to keep fucking. And if a kid pops out, then that's going to be all right. Okay, cool.
It's not that hard to not have a baby. It's not. It's not very difficult.
Like, just keep fucking, people. And if it happens, it happens.
You got that problem started.
Just keep fucking.
Very true.
Just keep fucking.
Just keep fucking.
Well, in
Put that on
the
a
comparison of having a kid to going to college, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense because you don't know. I mean, I guess anyone who wants to have a kid,
dude,
it's kind of like someone who wants to run for political office.
Right.
That you kind of have to have an ego in that you think you'll do a good job, at least a little bit, or you're just not worried about it. I guess
it's like rolling the dice twice. You're rolling it once to have a kid, and then you're rolling it again to see if they want to go to college as well. So basically, you could get both bad sides. You could get the
you could.
like it could be like twice double.
I mean,
Snake
it's
eyes.
obviously expensive to have, like, just to put it in cold terms. Having a kid definitely costs money and time. Fair enough. It costs love, I guess, if you can produce that. I can't relate. Yeah, you don't know. I'm pretty convinced I'll be a decent dad. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I could be wrong about that. I think I'm going to try to prioritize what's best for it.
Parenthood really needs a free demo. What the fuck?
I would love a free demo. That'd be really nice. Actually, I kind of am doing that with a dog. It's my responsibility.
That is the demo.
Testing it out a little bit. That's fair. It's going pretty well so far. Except he's pooping a lot, all over the place inside. Got to straighten him out real quick. He pulls out gun. Yeah. So I don't know. You know what? Fair. That's a relatively fair point. I think Digi happens to hate college for personal reasons. I probably am similar in that boat. A lot of personal reasons coming for me as to why I'm not a big fan.
Just move on.
Whatever.
Just move on.
People
no more
speak their
college. No more college ever.
Yeah,
no,
please.
ever,
The meme's
never
dead. The
talk
meme
about
died
college
years
ever.
ago.
He's right. All right. He is right. Okay. We got one more call. One more voicemail here. This is from. Let me see. This is from racist Forrest Gump.
Oh.
He's calling in with a hot take. I know it.
I'm gonna do it, Janae. I'm gonna say the N-word. No, Forrest, you can't say the N-word. That's racist. Janae, you can't stop me. I'm gonna say the N-word. No, Forrest, don't do it. No, don't do it.
No.
All right, Janae, here I go. No, Forrest, don't do it. It's racist. What would Obama think? Here I go. All right, Janae, I'm gonna say say it.
Stop! Stop! Oh, that's the end.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa,
signal disconnected.
That was a close one. We almost got deleted. I played that one because it was funny. There was also another call from somebody who's criticizing me for apparently saying Negger like spelling it, like not committing to saying the word. I have no problem with saying the word. I guess except that YouTube could ban you, Like I don't want to let my love of free speech interfere with the reality that we're on a platform.
I just love that word so much. It's not like even a racist thing. Like I'm sorry that it offends people, truly.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so juicy and funny. It's always fucking hilarious. God, Blazing Saddles is such a funny fucking movie, and they say it every 5 seconds. I want to marry that word.
I was watching a bunch of Key and Peele skits recently, and I love them. They're the production. I mean, these were like from 2013 or something, the older stuff. Whatever, it was great. I loved it, and I'm just like, whatever. There's a skit that's like, like two like thugs like meet in what was it? It's like there's a kid who's a member of an a cappella group. He's the one black kid, and then like another black guy shows up. It's Peele, I think, and like the two lock eyes, and they understand they're competing for this white boy love now or something. And whatever, like as soon as like the white guys leave, it's just the two of them. They immediately like go from like, haha, yeah, we're having fun, to like, what's up, nigga? What are you doing coming into my white boy group? Do you know how long it took me to cultivate? And he just goes, gangster or whatever. And I'm like, man, it sucks that people would be mad at me for quoting this hilarious skit.
Yeah, I mean,
it really sucks.
I think
I get it, but
society just needs white people we need more white people to admit that we love that fucking word, and it's like not in a racist way. It's just fun. We like it too, black people. We like to say it too. It's fun.
It's fun. And it's fun. What can you say?
So there.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Same old line.
I like how we just admitted that like we have like an audience like taking our ideas and running with them, and immediately follow up with this discussion. Look,
well, that's an idea that you should take and run with it, because I believe in it 120%.
Look, it's up to everybody to judge for themselves what they do and don't like about whatever anyone says ever. People need to fucking think critically. So, fuck you if you just don't think about what I'm saying and you just do it. That's your problem, not mine.
I'm not against people using the word. I just personally prefer not to. So.
Well, that's totally cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is my statement, because you keep saying we, and I'm like, I'm part of that we, so I just wanted to.
I ain't speaking for nobody but myself.
As an ethnic, no comment.
Yeah.
What you drinking there?
Yeah. I'm drinking water.
When I said
All
we,
right, anyway.
when I said we, I meant the royal we.
When I said we, I meant we, the French we.
That's it for the voicemails, team. So I guess we're done for the week. It's time to bring this ship in for a final crash into the iceberg.
We did it.
Patreon.com/the Pro Crastinators podcast. People, please give us money. Specifically, $5 would be great, so you get the bonus episodes. And there's 19 of them now. 19. 20 to be out soon. It's going to be a fun time.
Hey guys, go to apsadventures.site. Balejape got updated.
Oh, that's right. Check out the update.
Guys, it's so good to be able to say and then, like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to remove all my blood and make me white? Like, I can fucking do it all the fucking goddamn day.
What if I were to make the argument that you're not Hispanic enough because you're only half?
That's
oh God,
worse.
I'm going to jail!
What does beaner mean?
I was going to say you can only say half
Mexican,
of the words,
Mexican slur.
Muncher. You can only say the first syllables. You're not allowed to say the rest of it.
That's right.
No,
but if you said the colloquial Bina, that's fine.
Isn't that worse though? Like if you go up to like a half black person and say you're not black enough, that's like really a faux pas. Like even worse than
people make that argument though, which is bizarre to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, if I have a friend who's half black and half white, is it worse for me to say the fucking racial slurs, or is it worse for me to say that they can't because they're not black enough?
Well, that's
you're
an ongoing
white, so
discussion.
everything's just wrong for you.
That's wrong.
That comes back to the question: what do you value more?
Everything that I do is right.
Do you value like independent freedom, or do you value like making sure no one's offended and everyone's protected?
I value being able to make the funny noises come out of my mouth.
Yeah. Well, like luckily
Indeed.
I don't.
But it's a fair criticism to say that is literally maybe influenced by the fact that you have never been the target of this ethnic discrimination.
Well,
as someone
obviously
who's literally
from
been like bullied for being a different ethnicity than the white kids in my neighborhood, I can fucking say all the racial slurs I want.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying.
I get that.
That's kind of a bullshit argument, I think, because
Think so?
everyone has been fucking like bullied and ridiculed in their life for something. So like to say that you can't say like then you shouldn't be able to say stupid or fat or fucking anything.
I mean that's true.
I was bullied for how tall
actually,
I was.
this was hilarious.
And,
Remember,
and the fucking like I can't help my height. I wish I could. I wish I could exercise to grow longer bones, but I can't.
You know, there's a guy right now, I think he's in Denmark, who's fighting legally to be able to legally change his age from, I think, 69 to 49. This is actually happening in real life. And I'm like, why can't I change my height? Let me just change that, legally. I want to do it. I feel like I'm 6'8". Let's do it, people. It's equally silly.
I mean, I don't think there's any... I mean, yeah, you can say, like, I believe that I'm 6'8". It's not true, but you can say you believe it. I think... making it legal is... What am I talking about? I don't give a fuck about this issue. What am I saying?
You know what I like? Ending this podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, listen to this comment. This is hilarious.
No.
Donald Trump, the other day...
Oh, boy.
Well, okay, whatever. Stormy Daniels, remember, the porn star, Trump fucked, was roasting Donald Trump for having a mushroom dick, is what was going on. And Trump and people out in the world were saying like, that's actually body shaming. You probably shouldn't do that. And she apologized. Trump comes back, calls her horse face, and then she immediately starts calling him mushroom dick again. Hilarious.
That's awesome.
Just saying, that was hilarious. Okay. Follow us on Twitter at TP for all your social media updates.
For all your apparent alt-right punditry that you need.
It used to just be called liberal. Now it's not. All right, listen up. We'll see you next week, people. Another episode. Have a good time.
The PCP made the party switch again. It was us.
We've done it. We'll see you soon, people. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Do we need to sync with anyone? I think
Yeah.
it is.
I'm supposed to be working right now. I'm supposed to